लोग कहे ये सब उन्हें लगता है लेम, गेमिंग और करियर नॉट जस्ट द सेम। ई स्पोर्ट्स को टाइम देना टाइम का वेस्ट, कैसे मैं करता सारी उम्मीदों को फेस।
गेमिंग इज अ वेस्ट ऑफ टाइम। ये सब जी गए दिन की बातें हो गई हैं। अब फैंस की बारी है फेम कमाने की। सिर्फ फैन क्लैश में आप यूज कर सकते हैं अपना गेमिंग नॉलेज फेम और पैसे अर्न करने के लिए, क्योंकि यहाँ फैंस है असली हीरो।
Fanclash is Asia's largest esports fantasy platform. Select your favorite players, make your own fantasy team, and win up to rupees 1 lakh daily. Download the Fanclash app now.
All right, guys, this is Odog, and with me I have Zach. Welcome to Skyesports Championship 4.0, powered by AMD, Logitech, and our fantasy partner Fanclash. I just want to welcome you back, guys. We are into the phase 2 of Sky Esports Championship. Today is going to be the final day, and today we will have the decider fight between Neon Esports as well as #Reapers. But before that, Zach, how are you feeling? What are you feeling? And would you want to give a little introduction about yourself to the viewers as well?
Sure. Thanks for the intro, Dog. I am feeling really ecstatic. I'm looking forward to the games actually. It's been a while since we have seen some good Pro Dota here, and I think today is when I'm going to thoroughly enjoy myself. I don't know about the viewers, but I'm the one who's going to be taking up all the hype and enjoying. What do you think, Odog? Who's your favorite?
I have casted a bunch of games for both of them for Sky Esports, like in the Sky Esports Championship. So I was able to go through #Reapers. I've also been through Neon Esports, but I'm just gonna answer a question. But we have to look up at the format that's gonna come up on your screen, ladies and gentlemen. We have phase 2. We are in phase 2. So game number 1 happened between Neon Esports Ragnarok. From there, Neon took over. So Ragnarok lost there. We have #Reapers and Whoops, Team Whoops, which was the Indian team, Ragnarok, which was the Indian team as well. So both the Indian teams, they went down to the losers bracket. Meanwhile, Hashtag versus Neon Esports, they had another match, and yet there, we had Hashtags who came in, and then Neon was gone down, and then again, I mean, they are having a rematch actually. So I believe that rematch is going to be something that we have to keep in mind. Zach, it always gets exciting whenever I talk about these rematches. So we have to talk about the Neon Esports roster, which is going to come up on your screen as well. So for Team Neon, we have Fortune Soul, we have Valky, Andrew, Fearless, La, and Hayden. Again, Neon Esports being one of the great organizations from the country of Philippines. Andrew is the only current Filipino player right now, with what I can see. Other they have some Mongolian players in their team as well. So that is something that we have to keep in mind. Andrew is still representing Neon Esports. Neon Esports, they are representing themselves into this series from Sky Esports Championship 4.0. It's Filipino stack, which is actually coming up. So I think this organization has some big names, and they are actually very close uh, to get to Division 2 as well. So that is something that has come to my mind when I see Neon Esports. Man, these guys are doing great, and you never know. I mean, they had a golden era, and now again they're having a golden era. So they might be able to catch back up. Meanwhile, Zach, would you want to introduce the Reapers?
Definitely. So we have Solotic, there's RDP, Toy, Mavis, and Madmaid, and I think they have been absolutely phenomenal in this tournament as well, which is why all of us are really looking forward to the game.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't really decide at this point, but I am really rooting that this team definitely puts up a very, very tough fight, and they are going to be, it's going to be a spectacular show. So I'm curious, could you also walk me through the roles that these guys are playing? I sort of missed it, so it would be helpful, Odog, if you could take me through here.
Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely. I mean, see, it's gonna take some time. I mean, I would actually show you the heroes when they pick, and maybe I can tell you there. But then there are some things that has come to my mind. From #Reapers, Toy has come into our mind because he has been the MVP a couple of times, and so has been Solotic. Solotic from the side of support, and because you earlier while we were talking, you mentioned that you are a core player. So Toy could have been one of your favorite in this tournament. I mean, you'll see how hashtag Reapers would play, and for TM Neon Esports, I mean, Andrew has just been that one guy which is on everyone. You know, like every I think every Filipino is just cheering because Andrew is there, and then we all know, man, in the blood of Philippines, I think everybody has that blood of Dota. I have never met a single Filipino in my life who does not know about Dota. So I think it is going to be a great one. So today's match is going to be Neon Esports versus Hashtag Reaper. This is going to be a best of 5 VR in the grand finals of Sky Esports Championship 4.0 powered by AMD, Logitech, and Fanclash. It is going to be one of the most exciting games that I'm going to see. I mean, it already was very exciting, Zach, when I was casting it earlier. But then again, I think this happening again, a rematch, it always gets me more and more excited. I mean, we have to see, will hashtags be able to, take back their revenge from the last time, or will Neon will come up this time? So yeah, definitely it's gonna be something enjoying.
So, what are your thoughts about the current patch? I mean, are there any obvious picks that we can look at?
Mhm. Well, I mean, I have been watching the current patch, and then I think we got to see that there was a huge nerf to Wraith Pact. I mean, I'm not gonna call it huge nerf, but then there is some nerf for the magical and pure damage. So there has been a different kind of patch which is coming out. Like this is much of the aura based, kind of an aura based patch which has come out. I mean, Bloodstone has been up, Boots of Veering has been up. We might be able to see Crimson Guard coming back up. Drums of Endurance is up. So these are the couple of things that has come to my mind. So we will be able to see, and we will be able to see like a lot of I think a lot of pickups from a lot of our items from but we still have to see like see what happens.
So, I think the pressure is on the off lane if we look at the current nerfs and buffs, because as you said, Wraith Pact has been nerfed only to sort of block or restrict physical damage. Now when that happens and you have a hard carry that's going to be hitting the enemy team, obviously you have a Wraith Pact and a Crimson up and the carry is completely taken out of the game. Pair that up with a BKB and that pretty much guarantees you the fight. So you have a BKB by the 20-minute mark, you have a Wraith Pact up on your offlane, and I think that pretty much guarantees a couple of team fights easy. Even if you're not the one initiating, even if you don't have vision on the high ground.
Mhm.
With that being said, I think there are some explosive picks coming in from Neon Esports. There's a CM and Tiny that's being picked. Do you think that's going to be a core Tiny? I'm rooting more towards a support Tiny.
Yeah, I mean, I believe it is going to be a position for Tiny as well. Um, and then there's something. Yeah, I was actually about to say this. Mirana and Tusk has been one of those combos which have been picked up quite a lot. In this one particular tournament that I have casted. And again, I mean, Crystal Maiden Tiny is not bad at all. But Neon Esports tend to pick this a lot. Uh, Yet again, I mean, hashtags they just opened up with this kind of draft. Again, there's something which I would want to mention. This Amber Spirit, we have the Roar coming out from the Beast, as well as Lena and Marcy. I mean, these four heroes are like one of the most contested ones, and they have just been the most contested one in this particular tournament. And there's actually a Viper ban coming out from Neon Esports. So that is something that we have to see. Like, why would have they banned Viper? I think. Do you think they might pick up a hero like Timbersaw on their off lane, or some kind of tank that Viper counters, Zach?
Maybe that could be the case. However, I think Bloodstone on a Viper also is very kind of OP right now, even after the Bloodstone nerf. And I think with CM and Tiny, early game mobility is quite limited because even with Tiny, you need Blink to move around and to get good positioning. But Tusk and Mirana naturally solve that problem. So having a Viper on their lineup that pretty much helps them win the early game. So I think that must be one of the reasons. Or they could be aiming for a slug pick or a carry with a very good passive, perhaps a PA. That would be a bit difficult in the laning phase, but that would scale well. And I think that's why they have taken out the Viper because they don't want any passive disabling heroes in the opponent team.
Oh, a
And
Pangolier.
with that, there's a Pangolier. Yeah, it's quite interesting though. I think if played well, Pangolier could cause a lot of damage, but at the same time, he can be kited around quite as much. I don't think the hero really catches up to Mirana that well, or Tusk for that matter. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, definitely. I mean, it's going to be hard for the Pangolier to be able to catch Mirana, but then Pangolier also holds on to the fights. So he is definitely one of the controllers of the fight, and that is something that is gonna come to my mind, whenever I think of Pangolier. So Neon Esports have definitely taken the advantage of watching up that ban of um, the Bloodseed, and then it has just been in their favor now. So that is something that we have to keep in mind. And there's an Enigma pickup. Well, I mean, there is a Tusk. What the best thing that I can imagine from a Tusk coming out onto Enigma, or like how you can counter um, Enigma, using a Tusk, like you can snowball through the black hole and try and save it, but it's quite hard. But we also have to remember that these guys are one of the best players in SEA. So we just cannot deny the fact that this it could not happen. But then we might will also be able to see a 5-man black hole. So what I really like right now is the Enigma pickup. I would really want to see if there's another initiation, but hashtags have just banned the Naga Enigma combo that was actually coming into my mind. What is your idea, Zach? What do you think could be the last pickup from Neon and hashtags?
According to me, I think that Rubik ban is quite interesting. They have an Enigma, of course, but
Yeah,
the Enigma would have to, like, I'll come to your answer momentarily, but there's something I wanted to share. Enigma, I think, will have a difficult time getting a good position off. I think they are aiming for a strong laning phase because
yeah,
apart from that, in mid game, it's going to be very difficult to set up a black hole combo against a Tusk Mirana and a Draw Ranger, or naturally all three of them having their own deflects. So
yeah,
it's going to be interesting to see how they play it. I think they'll rather aggressively push towers and build sustain on Enigma rather than rush for a blink or a BKB. And with that, there's a Doom that's coming up. So I think, are they looking for a carry? Is Neon Esports looking for a carry? I think this could be
yeah,
a mid
yeah. They
time.
are. Yeah.
And yeah, so I think Slark would be a decent pickup here, but there's again a lot of kite that's there on hashtag Reapers. But Slark could be a very very good pickup against Enigma because later in the game that hero just decimates. But there's a Doom, and Doom spells all kinds of trouble for heroes that are good at sort of dishing out damage over a period of time. So maybe a hero that has a lot more active abilities and a bit of tankability that would help Neon Esports actually execute their entire combo. So I don't think hashtag Reapers is ever going to go all out in a 5v5 fight because that is
Yep.
something that they wouldn't want to against this lineup. And yes, there you go. There's an Ursa that's been picked up. And with that, I think the safe lane is going to be a little bit difficult for hashtag Reapers. I mean, their offlane is going to be a little bit difficult because it's a Ursa CM combo, if I'm not wrong. And
Yeah.
that hurts a lot. I mean, trust me.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean the laning phase is gonna be good. I would 100% agree on what you have said, Zach. The laning phase is gonna be really good for Fortune Soul as well as Hated on that bottom lane. Meanwhile, Valky is gonna be playing on that mid lane. Tsukimoto is again the position for Andrew is gonna be the off lane. Meanwhile, guys, we have the fantasy app which has come up on your screen. You guys can win a lot of cash prizes, as well as you can have a meet and greet with people, or your favorite esports athletes. So do not forget to download the Fanclash app. You can pick up different players from different teams. You can make up your own team. For an example, like I would say, you could pick up Tsukimoto and Solotic. Like they just could have been the guaranteed picks from Neon and Reaper, and despite them costing 9 credits each. So Toy could also be an option. Valky could also be an option. So all the Fanclash users, you guys can go ahead and pick up your favorite athlete from both the teams. Make a team of 5. Go ahead and give it a shot with all the knowledge that you have on the Fantasy app. Please go ahead and download it. You can check their website out for the Android users, and for the Apple users, you guys can go ahead and download their app from the Apple Store. Right, we are back into the action. We are back into the game. Let me quickly introduce you to all the players and the heroes. So we have Toy, who has picked up a Joe Ranger. Gondry is going to be playing Undying. Hong Hong will be on the Mirana. Maid is playing Tusk. Meanwhile, RDP will be on Doom. Would you want to introduce Team Neon?
Sure. On Neon, I see Andrew playing Enigma, and he's well smoked at this point. There's Sukimoto on the Tiny. We have Valky playing as the Pangolia. We have Hated on the Crystal Maiden and Fortune Soul. Last but not the least, on the Ursa that's going to be dishing out the most damage. With that, I think we are all excited to see how it turns out. And those are pretty interesting wards I see. Sukimoto has placed that one quite deep. I think that will give a lot great vision on the couriers that he is planning to do this night.
Yeah, I
What do you
mean,
think about this name though, Enigma and Tiny?
Enigma Tiny is definitely gonna be a good lane. Because personally, what I feel is Tiny can stun, and then Enigma can, definitely hold on to the lane. The Lydions, they are just super annoying in the lane. I mean, it's quite hard for someone to be able to fight against these guys. Another thing that has come to my consideration is whenever you think of Enigma Tiny lane, there's always a kill threat. There's always a kill threat in the game. Also, guys, there is a technical difficulty, so we are gonna be doing a real lobby. So we're just gonna take a few more minutes. But meanwhile, I'm gonna be answering the question what Zach has asked me. So Zach, what I was saying is when you play a tiny Enigma lane, I think there is a huge potential for the kill because you have the stun. You will be able to give out damage. The Illidions, again, they are like super annoying. Leaving the offlaner alone as well. I mean, if you leave the offlaner alone, there's a potential on the Enigma to be able to farm the jungle. So I mean, you can leave the lane and you can farm the jungle. You can, which is going to be the safer side of it. Another point that can come is Enigma can pick up the early Blink Dagger or the early Wraith Pact, which can make a huge difference in the game. So there are a couple of things that we have to keep in mind whenever we talk about this kind of lane. I think the only idea which could be a little buggy, that would be both of them are melee. So when you're playing against a draw ranger, which is again, a hero with a huge range, you have that silence, you have this slow. It will get annoying. Another strat which is coming out with that draw and undying lane is like undying is gonna come up. He's gonna come to your face. He's gonna steal all the strength. He's gonna get tanky. He's gonna tank out all the damage, which leaves out Dro all alone onto the backline, and Dro will be able to farm easily. So this kind of strats. I mean, they might sound a little cheesy, but I mean, if it wins you the game, it wins you the game, isn't it, Zach?
That's true. I agree 100%. So I think the strategy here would be that we already saw that interesting ward. I think Suki would obviously be wanting to snipe couriers because that's what
Mhm.
Tiny does best, and there's nothing
Yeah.
more annoying than a Tiny doing that to you. And then once he does that, he's Enigma is going to probably deny the first few range creeps, and that's going to get him good solo experience in the lane. And once he's a good level 3, I think he can start with his Eidolons and the Harass, and
Yeah,
remove all of Undying sustain, because that's the mana is what makes Undying dangerous. And you see that he depletes that pretty soon, because
yeah,
you cannot just win that lane head on. Like, you cannot fight against a Drone Die. So I think
yeah.
they're gonna just take advantage of their positioning and the heroes that they have, because Enigma can sustain a few waves on its own, since the lane is naturally pushed when you deny that range deep.
Right.
So once Enigma gets level 3, I think that's when they'll come into play. Or maybe we can
Mhm,
expect good rotations from Tiny on the mid lane as well.
mhm. Yeah, and again, the denial of the range creep is something that we have to keep in mind, right? The Legions, I mean, if you're not able to kill them, they do not give out any experience to your opponents. And so if you can keep the Legions safe, and if they expire on time, and you are denying a range creep, that means there's a huge advantage on the side of the offlaner, right? You will be able to hit that level 3 that you just mentioned. So the the draw ranger is definitely going to have a hard time, and you will not be able to catch up onto the levels. And then we can see the tiny rotating because your offlaner has the lane advantage. So that is definitely that has come to my mind. But then what I'm most worried about is Ursa. There is a snowball save,
Okay.
there's a Mirana.
Mhm.
Um, you will also be putting down the tombstone that you have to keep into consideration. Will will this Ursa be able to jump only onto the Joe Ranger, or do you think Team Reaper they have enough amount of kite and they will be able to take out the Ursa from the team fight? So that is something that we still have to see. And again, it is the game of Dota. It's not like a round happening. It is more of a storytelling kind of a thing. You get to see a whole story. And with this, we are getting back into the game, Zach. So let's get back in and let's see what the teams have for us.
And that's it. I think we have the words again. It's all being replicated. It's
Yeah,
it's perfect how Hong Kong and Gondry are, on the lookout for any surprise gangs that might come their way. Although I feel at this point of the game, Reapers might be very strong for a 5-on-5 team fight with the Tombstone on their side. But I see that he's taken DK. They are very well sure of what they want in lane. They are not expecting any kinds of surprises. So I think 2 runes will be secured by each team in their own safe spots, and we'll move
yeah,
on to the leading phase. Nothing exciting to begin of the grand finale, but yeah,
yeah.
the hype is still there. We are hoping for some great plays in the early and mid game. What do you say, Udal?
Yeah, I mean, definitely we have to keep an eye out and what are the things that we might be able to see. So it is going to be a Tusk mid this game. In Mirana position 4, and it's going to be a Doom off lane. So yeah, I mean, let's see if Tusk will be able to do more. Is it going to be Valky? Because till my knowledge, I think. I think Pangolier is the hero which can farm faster than Tusk. So Tusk is very much dependent in terms of the Walrus Punch. So that is something that we have to keep in mind. If Tusk is not able to secure the kills while rotating onto the side lanes, then I believe Valky will be able to take it off from there. And I mean, you can easily win the lane. Meanwhile, a courier being killed as well.
Kikimoto is
So
doing what he's planning to do, and he's getting away with it. And I don't think Andre is too happy with what's happening. He's now taken the lane away. He's making sure that the Enigma gets good farm under the tower. There's not a lot of hard work he has to do, because the
yep,
moment he steps out of that middle line, you're going to see a lot of DK coming in. You're going to see Toy punishing with those frost arrows. And once that multi shot is up, there's no chance for the Idolers to survive. So
oh
they're
yeah,
trying to make the best of
definitely.
it.
hmm Yeah, but then
So
again,
interesting.
yeah, please go ahead.
So interesting thing to note is that while Valky might do well in lane later on, at one point he really needs his Blink Dagger faster than Tusk in order to
Mhm.
make sure that he is present with his role in during all gangs. Because as you pointed out, unless Tusk gets good kills in the side lanes, there's no way he can be effective, and he cannot platform like Magnolia can. So it's going to be fun to watch how it plays out, because warding also is a very important aspect in this match, especially for
Yep.
Reapers. They need to have the best vision in game. And if they lose that vision battle, if they lose out on good wards, then I think Valky will just farm up, and then Ursa definitely counters Drow later on once he gets the jump on Earth.
Yeah. But there's going to be a question, Zach, if you don't mind, I would want to ask you. Do you think... oh, okay, bottom lane, there's going to be some action, and Gondra is trying to escape away for his life, and there's going to be the first blood. Oh, well blocked by Andrew, and what a block coming out from Idolion. Yeah, Idolions. Or Idolons. I always mess up with the name. But yeah, I mean, it was definitely a good block coming out. Good kill secured in his back. So yeah, I was actually about to ask you, do you think that Team Reaper would actually be on a little bit of an advantage in terms of vision? Because you can put up the tombstone over, you know, over the high grounds, and like you can initiate with the tombstones as well. Plus the zombies are gonna chase you. You can put up the tombstone on the cliffs if the fight is happening around it. So do you think Reapers are on a little bit of an advantage in terms of vision?
Definitely, if the Undying is present in a fight, that's a yes. But like you said, it's all the magic is in the tombstone placement. With that, I think Tsukimoto gets killed, and there's the revenge coming in from Gondry. I think there was a smile on his face while doing that.
Yep.
So there's an Ursa as well. So if you mess up the placement, the Ursa is going to make short work of the tombstone, and then the rest is history.
Yep.
Because without a tombstone, it's very difficult to win a fight in the mid game.
So, you know, there is the Ursa, and then they also have a tombstone, and then Ursa has to prioritize either Ursa could jump onto the tombstone, or you can just go for the kill on Drow. So like that is something that has to be, like, we have to keep in mind. Meanwhile, onto the top lane, Hated is gonna go down. There's gonna be a couple of right clicks coming out. Pretty easy kill secured by RDP. I think a little bit of mistake coming out from Hated on that positioning.
I think they just wanted to bait out the scorched earth, but he extended a bit too much. So that's the punishment for that.
Oh, on the bottom lane, Toy gets a little too deep, and there's a fortification coming out, so these guys can dive in, and Tsukimoto seems in trouble, walks between the trees, but will not be able to escape away, and this is the exact thing that I was talking about. The zombies chasing between the trees. I think it's well worth it. Good kill onto Tsukimoto, goes back down to the base for the next 10 seconds.
So let's just look at the last hits on all of these heroes. For now, I think Pangolia is leading with 30, closely followed by Tusk, which is very surprising considering the fact that there must have been a lot of disarms in lane.
Yeah.
And then there's Doom, and Ursa, the carries are trailing a bit too low. I think Ursa's situation is a bit more explained. Even I think Drow has her own plight due to a lot of things being denied in lane. So it's going, all in all, it's going a bit even apart from the kills for both the teams.
Yeah, I mean, it's quite even as of now. It's just the kills to 3-1. Yeah, but I mean, we still have to keep in mind there could be a rotation coming out. We already see Mirana rotating towards the mid lane, looking out for the stack as well. And then Maid just securing the range creeps in his bag as much as he can. And there's a rotation coming out, and yeah, that's going to be a good movement because Mirana was able to secure the rune for Tusk, giving out some damage on Valky as well, so probably will force somebody to TP there. Meanwhile, onto the top lane. Yeah. Meanwhile,
there's the retaliation coming in from Maid, and I think he's going to get Ursa here. That's not the place you want to be. Last hit coming in from Hong Kong, and Hated is going to fall as well. No TPs from Neon to save them.
I think pretty decent rotation coming out from Team Reapers because picking up that Arcane Rune, moving towards the top lane, securing a kill on Ursa, which is a position win as well as it's pretty decent. Meanwhile, onto the bottom lane. Alright, Door Ranger is gonna give away her life for the next 22 seconds. Next could be the turn of Gondra. Good movement coming out, trying to dodge out the Pingolier's Rolling Thunder, but will he be able to dodge out other spells? I believe not. I mean, he's gonna get caught. There's no advice. And now they have the mana. There's gonna be the jump and the right click coming out from Valky. Pretty easy kill secured on the Gondry. Goes back down to the base with the Draw Ranger for the next 15 seconds.
There's the bottle refill coming in from Made, and that's surprising that Toy has now taken up the mid lane. It makes sense now because Made is going to be rotating and looking out for those easy kills that he can secure with the Walrus Punch.
Yep.
Because once I think Enigma's Enryu is going for the Wave Pact very soon, and then it's going to be trouble. I don't think Tusk or Dro would be able to kill anyone as easily. And Sukimoto being gone on at this point.
Yep. And a two-man stun. Oh, Made misses onto that Walrus Punch, and it is going to be an easy TP for Sukimoto. Meanwhile,
Quite a close call.
Yeah, it was. It was definitely close. Meanwhile, if you look at the mid lane, Joringer seems a little low to me. And the more initiations coming in, there will be a pickup of the Haste Rune. There's gonna be the punch, but will they be able to secure the kill? Hong Hong jumps in, and there is the Rolling Thunder, but will they be able to get him? Ball is still up. Valky is trying to escape away for his life. There's gonna be the Haste Rune being popped up. Made is still on the chase. There is a snowball, but would you want to walk up onto the high ground? There is a stun coming in. Sukimoto trying to body block, throws up on the toss, and yes, will be able to save the life of Valky. No more chase coming out. Very well played by Sukimoto.
That's a very aggressive play coming in from Made, and it's expected. They want to look for runes every 2 minutes, and they want to make as much noise and as much action as possible in the side lanes, because that's what the momentum is what's going to help them. You know, they want to snowball their way towards victory if I may. So that's that play that's coming up. Meanwhile, Toy trying to get as much farm as possible, making as much advantage of the space that he's getting. He's going to need a lot of it if he wants to. He'll always need one item above the Ursa if he wants to keep up the advantage. And there's the black hole.
There's gonna be the black hole, but is it gonna be enough? Sukimoto looks like he's gonna go down into the trees. We go. Andrew trying to escape away for his life, but there is a very basic ice shards coming, which will be able to catch Andrew. And Andrew, he's just gonna stand there.
Painful death for Andrew. That was difficult to watch.
Yeah, he just knew that he's gonna die. Meanwhile, there was something happening on the top lane while we watched onto the bottom lane. The Doom was used onto the Fortune Soul, but they were not able to secure that kill. So Doom, the cooldown goes back down for the next 100 seconds. So I think there's gonna be a chill phase for all the carries and the course. I mean, they will be seeking out for farm. Meanwhile, mid lane, Rolling Thunder being used, and will not be able to find any runes, I believe. I think Hong Kong is patiently waiting. Coming out for the denial. Oh, the stun! It will be able to connect! And there is a bottle coming out from Made. Perfect timing into the ice shards. He did. Will he be able to run away? I believe not. Looking out for an escape. The DD has been popped. And Toy comes from behind, secures the kill.
What a lucky marksman.
Very well played.
And definitely. And they got that kill in the mid lane, which is quite surprising. I think Hatred was trying to get a bit of vision of going to secure that road, but he was all alone. And now Made with that DD, trying to find that Ursa. He gets the perfect shot out. The Walrus punches up and he falls way too low. But there he has the enrage, and I think Made decides it's best to back off at this point. However, this is going to make the Ursa TP out to a different lane to farm. I don't think that lane is safe anymore. But there's the CM and now RDP looking in trouble at this point.
And yep, RDP is gonna go down. Meanwhile, onto the bottom lane, Andrew seems in trouble. There are right clicks coming out from Made, but Made, he has to escape now. Sukimoto coming in from behind as well. Will Made be able to secure the kill onto Andrew? There's no more mana. So this is gonna be an action-packed game. Both the lanes are just working fine. The top lane, there's a kill. The bottom lane, there was about to be a kill happen, but it just didn't come in. Meanwhile, Vladimir's offering being picked up by Andrew. I believe it's gonna be made into a Wraith Pact. Yep, first item Wraith Pact against a Draw Ranger. I mean, why not? I mean, you will have that reduction of damage because you are fighting against the physical damage heroes. I think it is a good choice, isn't it, Zach?
I'm inclined to agree with you, and also I would like to point out that Dro at this point is almost close to hitting 80 last hits while the Ursa is still struggling at 56. And It doesn't seem that he's gotten kills as well, which might put him in the backlines for getting something off. Meanwhile, Val keep trying desperately to get that kill on Hong Kong, unsuccessful. But will he be successful enough to escape? Because
Well,
Gondry
he
and
doesn't have a
RDP are
TP.
closing in on him. Oh yeah, that's going to be a little bit. So if he at least makes them go on and on for about 15-20 seconds more, then he might as well have earned his death. But RDP
Oh,
trying to scout him
he's
out. A little bit of scorching there, but not enough to cook him completely. So he's safe like that.
yeah. I believe that was close, and they are still pinging him. Will he be able to escape? Tusk coming in with the TP. Mate, he wants to get close. Points him
Oh,
out.
he gets spotted.
Gets a
He
little
does
close.
have.
I believe he's gonna get caught. Okay, looking out for an
Oh, he
escape. Goes
jumps
back
out
into the
of the.
trees. Okay, that's gonna be close. The chase is still on. He's trying to reposition himself with the swashbuckle. The pings are still coming in. There's gonna be Mirana's arrow with the arrow correct. No, bait. Okay, finds him. Finally finds him. Forces a TP. Forces all of them to just check onto the side lane.
I
Meanwhile,
think that
Ursa is
was worth
getting
it.
some space. And
Yeah,
yeah,
that was
sorry. What
definitely worth
were
it.
you saying, Zach?
That was definitely worth it. We got to see a lot of action, so it was fun for us, and it made a lot of space for us. So no harm done.
Oh yeah, I mean, you are able to make up some space for Ursa. That's quite important because as you mentioned, Ursa has been struggling with the last hits, 94 last hitting or last hits from Dro that is coming out. Meanwhile, Fortune Soul only has 73. I mean, it is a difference, but it will also not be a huge difference eventually. I think Ursa will be able to catch up onto the farm and will be able to get back because he's looking out to farm that Battle Fury. Meanwhile, onto the top lane, they're looking out for a chase. The right click's coming out on Hated. Hated is going to just use the freezing field, but gets instantly silenced and goes back to the base with that multi-shot for the next 25 seconds. Oh, wait!
And there's a beautiful black hole in the bot lane from NGO, and he's gonna get a double kill with that. Made
Yep.
coming in to wrap it up. But look
And
at the
now
number
Maid's
of
on the run.
Eidolons in the front. The Wraith Pact has come out, and that's like literally the red signal for Tusk because there's not a lot he can do apart from the shards and the snowball.
Yep. And there's something more to mention, Zach. My bad. Hated did not die to the multi-shot. Hated died to a neutral creep up top.
Oh wow.
So yeah, Crystal Maiden actually died to a neutral creep.
That must not have been the best news for Toy. He really tried his best. They have an aggressive ward out there. They have completely taken control of that jungle.
Yep. Meanwhile, you can see Tsukimoto planting some deep wards as well. I mean, they are trying to take control over the jungle from the Radiant side. And there is an initiation to Valky. I think that was a little bit of an overcommitment coming out from them. Just putting up Doom. I mean, Hong Kong was able to shoot out that arrow, and it actually landed right in time. So I believe the Doom wasn't really needed, but I mean, after all, where are you gonna go with that mana? So, I mean, not bad. Good kill. They were able to secure a mid kill, so I believe it's good. As of now, we can see Team Reaper. I mean, they are just constantly, putting some pressure on Team Neon, where I think they also have more control over the map, isn't it, Zach?
They do. Another interesting point to note is that now they're going to try for the ages because they very well know that once they have the advantage and they have the vision, they need to attempt it. Lest Ursa comes for it later on, and that's going to be a much faster and a much more secluded attempt at an aegis because you will only need the one hero to do it. So they are taking it away from him before he can come in. And I think more than the first rush, the second one is more important for the Ursa because he gets a chance to get his shard up, which is $1,400 less that he has to spend in order to become much more of a menace in game. So it will be interesting to see who takes the next one. So if they are able to snowball this into an advantage for themselves, I think Toy is very well positioned to carry his team and get mega creeps before the 30-minute mark as well. They might as well end it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Also, you know, we actually got to see quite a few good black holes that came out from Enru. So I think he has been doing really well from the side of Neon. If you know, if not Ursa, because I know Fortune Soul is kind of struggling at the moment. I mean, he's able to catch up. 17 minutes Battle Fury, I think, went decent. But then again, okay, we can see some TPs onto top lane. They would want to catch RDP. There's going to be the stun as well. The throwback onto Enru. Enru coming up with Malphus. The right clicks from the Legions. And yes, it is going to be an easy kill secured. Down for the next 40 seconds. Quite harsh on them. Meanwhile, Reaper just looking out to deny that ward. And they have put up an observer in the jungle as well, so let's see if they will be able to take the control.
Tsukimoto does have the blink dagger, and he is in a threatening position. If he gets onto that toy, he'll be very difficult. And there comes the avalanche. The toss is ready.
Nope. Avalanche into a toss combo. They will be able to throw him down. Toy gets done. Valky coming in as well. The arrow didn't connect, and yes, they will be able to secure that kill onto the Door Ranger. I believe Door Ranger might end up going down. Hey, no, they won't. They are looking out for a turnaround. 2 men already down for Team Neon Esports. And there's another initiation. Made would want to come up. Pops out the tag team. The right clicks are going to be there. The arrow is also going to connect. Onto Fortune Soul. One is going to Andrew with a 2-man black hole. The silence came up, and he is going to pop out the rate pack. But is it going to be enough? We can see more initiations coming out. Oh no! Will he be able to catch him? Very well played there. And will he be able to get into a deny? No, he won't. Did not get denied. Came out with a good black hole, but wasn't really able to do much. Meanwhile, Toy getting a little close to Fortune Soul, jumps in. There is going to be the pushback coming out from the Hurricane Pike. The silence is also going to connect. Hated pops up with the Frostbite. And now Tsukimoto patiently waiting. RDP coming in with a BKB pop-up. There is going to be the Avalanche Toss combo. Will not be able to get much. And there is the initiation from Fortune Soul. Looks like tables have turned, ladies and gentlemen. There's going to be 2 kills coming out from Fortune Souls, which will definitely help them come back into this game. What do you feel about the last fight, Zach?
So I think this was perfect. Everyone had their part to play. The interesting thing was Tsukimoto did go on to the Draw Ranger. They had a perfect initiation setup. There was the roll-in from Valky. He committed his entire ult just to make sure that the throw falls down. Meanwhile, he's going to go down here, I think, thanks to the vision that has been put out. So, +1 for Reaper Esports vision. Now, the thing is, when he committed his entire role and he was not able to secure the kill for the Aegis, Made immediately took advantage of that. Okay, meanwhile, there's another smoke, and it's a beautiful 3-man avalanche into a tossback to Toy. This could be trouble. He's just respawned and he goes down again. He's sent back home, and there's nothing that Reaper can do about it. They'll just have to take this one silently. What a play coming in. Tsukimoto has been doing a lot of work on the opponent, and they are just not able to, get wind of him. He blinks in with that avalanche. Meanwhile, Made trying to get a return kill. That's a beautiful arrow kill onto Hated. And he wants more. He's not done, but Fortune Soul will stop his journey short, or will he be able to? There's some beautiful heal that's come up. He's just saved thanks to that Soul Rip. Otherwise, he was going to get a trade off, and that was not a good trade. It was a support for a mid trade, but he got saved. So, no harm done. So, yeah, as I was saying, the Rolling Thunder came in and was committed entirely to get that Aegis off, but Ro managed to survive, and then he had to retreat. But the opponent team Reaper knew that everything was committed, which is why they counter-initiated. But you just saw Fortune Soul blink in front of an arrow with Enrage to tank all of that damage to make sure that Valky lives. He did not, but Fortune Soul managed to get a lot of return kills, and I think that second initiation on Ro was perfect because he knew that Hurricane Pike was on cooldown and there was nowhere that Ro could go because the only item she had was that single Hurricane Pike. So all in all, a very, very good fight for Neon considering the fact that Reaper had the Aegis advantage. So even though they have the net worth lead, Neon has a very strong stance in the game at this point since Ursa is online completely now.
Yeah, Ursa has picked up some items and good avalanche toss combos coming out from Fortune Soul and Tsukimoto. I mean, Tsukimoto would want to jump in with avalanche toss combo, and from behind you can always see Fortune Soul has the target priority in his mind. So definitely a good combination that we can see. Meanwhile, a fight breaks out. There's going to be initiation with the snowball, and the arrow is going to connect from Hong Kong as well. They have put down the tombstone. Gondra is now looking out for an escape. There's some control from the Pangolier coming out for a team fight, but everyone's just going to retreat. They're also going to take down the Wraith Pact. So 100 free gold. Not too bad. Some spells used, but no kills done. And we can already see Toy getting out of the fight. I mean, I believe he just do not want to fight. They should be taking the side lanes early on first, because of course mid lane gets a little too dangerous. If you do not have vision on both the sides, then it just gets hard onto their side. So that is something that we have to keep in mind.
So at this point, Neon is all smoke, but it's very interesting to see how RDP plays this one, because he has the BKB, he has the Doom, and if Enigma is not able to get that black hole out, that spells trouble for Neon. And there's the initiation on Toy, but RDP is here to save. He's not committing his Doom, but he does it for the Pangolier. Does not have the Rolling Thunder. It was on cooldown. Andrew does have his black hole up, but I don't think he'll have a chance to cast it. And a successful initiation, but their offlane was ready. RDP was ready to jump in, and Toy wasn't taken out. Fortune Soul had not joined the fight, all in good time, because I think if he would have also succumbed here.
Yep. One more thing to mention, Tsukimoto actually died to a neutral creep in the last team fight, which is quite funny, because they were fighting very closer to the ancient pit, and so yeah, I mean that was supposed to happen. It's not too bad. Plus Tiny, he's playing a Tiny on position 4, not a lot of high levels, And there's an initiation from Made coming out, looking up closer to the mid tower. Will they be able to get him? No, there is a Rolling Thunder coming right in time. Andrew does have a black hole now. He has to be patient enough on the corner. We can see Tusk being stuck into his own shards and getting killed. That is the taste of his own medicine. Down for the next 42 seconds.
Lightning fast reaction from Tsukimoto. He takes an arrow, but I don't think that's going to be much trouble. He blinked out as soon as Tusk blinked in, and then they just sort of re-initiated. So very well done on Neon Esports, I think.
Yep, and now I believe they will be seeking out for some action now. Toy, okay, Andrew will just throw out the black hole. It will be used onto the Draw Ranger. The BKB gets used, and the Draw Ranger goes back down for the next 50 seconds. That's a long time. Meanwhile, there is an arrow, and Tiny might end up going down. There's gonna be the right clicks coming in as well. Tsukimoto will not be able to escape. Meanwhile, Fortune Soul jumps in. He'll be able to get the Doom down, hated onto the high ground, patiently waiting there. Gondry trying to escape away for his life. The arrow is not gonna connect. He does not have the Earth Shock, does not have the Blink Dagger. Everything on cooldown, blinks in onto Gondry. Gondry trying to escape into the trees, will not be able to get him. Fortune Soul gets his in his bag. Meanwhile, onto the other side, there's gonna be the punch. Into a couple more right clicks, and Made will be able to secure the kill unhated. But the fight does not stop here. Valky and Fortune Soul jumping on to Made. Will they be able to get him? Yes, it is going to be an easy kill with Swashbuckle and a couple of right clicks coming out from Fortune Soul. Do you think it is a comeback, Zach?
Definitely. As we speak, we see the 4K lead coming down to 1K now, and I think even that will be recovered once this tower is down and Ursa manages to hit a couple of leads. So,
yeah.
All in all, I think the credit, Valky played really well here. Valky and Tsukimoto are probably the pillars of the team, and obviously not to forget Fortune Soul, who's making sure that the Undying is not being very punishing. And there's the Doom coming in. RDP does not want to lose the lead, and I think Valky's going to go down here.
Oh, meanwhile, I think Rasha's going to get stolen, and yes, Gondry picks it up.
Oh, they even got the gold.
God.
They even got the gold.
This could be again a turnaround. What is happening in this game? They went in straight up, wanted to pick up the Aegis, and this could just be the perfect timing for them to be able to secure the Aegis. And like Zach mentioned, they have also gotten the kill onto their side, which means some amount of gold will be given to each one of them, isn't it, Zach?
Definitely. Also, all in all, Ursa did all the hard work, and the final hit was delivered by Gondry, which is, I think he's smiling right now. There's a big smile on his face. He also has the Aegis, which means he can definitely go in there and put in a couple of DKs and put in some work before he goes down once, and then the tombstone can come out in the next round.
Oh yeah, and let's see if Team Reaper would want to go for the objective-based game right now, because they have been losing a couple of fights consistently, and now this could be the chance for them to be able to come back into the game, because they have gotten and they have picked up the Ages of Immortality, and they have we can see like they have taken control over the dire side jungle, and they would just want to try and stay up there. Andrew comes in. Will he be able to get him? Oh, wow. That force staff. Well escaped by Toy there. Very well played. What an amazing force staff. A double force staff came in, but they are looking out for more initiation. Toy trying to escape away for his life. He is on to the BKB, and now there's no more force staff. He tries to escape. Okay, will be able to escape. Gets stunned a little bit up there. Repositions himself onto the high ground. Will the right clicks are just going to be enough? They are looking out to get that kill onto the Draw Ranger, and now the right clicks are also going to connect. Angoli are trying to escape away for his life, and now Fortune Soul turn comes in. He is coming in for the jump. Will be able to stun. Tsukimoto will not be able to land. The Avalanche is going to miss it. And then again, there is going to be a cooldown. Oh, the toss comes in as well, and the right clicks, the Tsukimoto Fortune Soul combo works out well. 3-man down for the side of Team Reaper. Meanwhile, Team Neon Esports, they just survived the whole fight and were able to win the fight as well.
It's rather unfortunate for Toy. He made such a good play there. He was able to force staff himself out of the black hole radius, and he even got a couple of free hits, but I think the Ursa is just too fat. And he's very good at closing distances with that blink. So blink and enrage, and there's nothing that the Drow can do. So that's something that needs to have an answer. Perhaps a blink on the Drow, or more support from his team. They can help force staff him out. They did it once, but then that leaves them vulnerable to fall to the claws of the Mad Bear. That's what I would say. So I think one more successful smoke gang from Neon is going to put them in the lead. As you can see, Reaper still has that advantage. That Aegis play was huge, and RDP at this point does have the doctrine up. He's going to get that chase onto Tsukimoto. He's committing. He has popped his BKB, but there's a lot of TPs coming in, and he decides against it. Now, they have that Octane, which makes the Doom much more available for fights. I think it has a 108 second CD now. And he has the Psychic Headband as well, which means he can cast it from far. So, what do you think? Will he still be aiming Valky, or will he go for Andrew this time with the Doom?
I mean, he should go on Andrew. I mean, the Enigma is just making big plays, and I believe that is one of the other reasons why Team Neon is able to come back. I mean, we cannot deny the fact that Tsukimoto stuns Avalanche Toss combo and then Fortune Soul jumping right in time is great. But then Andrew is again playing a huge role. So I think when you think of a Doom playing against an Enigma, I think that is just a perfect combination of the target priority that I can talk about. So, a Doom would jump onto Enigma trying to get the kill, or an Enigma would just want to cast the Black Hole only for one person if it's either Doom or the Draw Ranger just want to try and take them out, because these are going to be just the two most important targets, I believe, for both of them. So we still have to see. I mean, I think it also depends on what is going to be their psychological term at that moment. Meanwhile, we can see a few TPs coming in onto the top lane. Valky initiates the fight with the Rolling Thunder, and a BKB has been used, the Force Staff has been used. We can see Enigma coming in, will be able to catch two of them. They're gonna jump in with a big damage from the Swashbuckle and the right clicks. Koi is trying to escape away for his life, will not be able to escape away. Meanwhile, there is gonna be the Doom. On 2-1, and Doom now looking out for an escape. They had the BKB. Andrew is gonna be a little late. Meanwhile, onto the other side, Fortune Soul does not want to stop, secures one. Zombie is gonna go down. There is gonna be an arrow connecting onto Ursa, and yep, that is gonna be an escape. One of the biggest or most desired escape stories coming out from Made. Was able to escape that bear, but from behind, yep, there's Tsukimoto jumping in. Oh, I think that is gonna be a missed blink, I would say. The punch comes in, everybody is in air. There is gonna be a closer coming out with that Ogre Seal Totem, but didn't work out well. And I believe Team Neon will be able to secure at least the mid tower after that long team fight.
So I think every time Toy is getting caught out, and that's the reason why Reaper has lost the last two fights. They still have that advantage though. Now they need to really go on Andrew first, or they can even doom the Ursa. I mean, that's not such a bad bet after all, since Ursa is always frontlining before he even pops his BKB or his ult. If Ursa is doomed, there's not a lot of damage output that's present for Neon. So the Rolling Thunder can be taken care of because Dro can just BKB and right click at this point. He has it hitless, which means that Pangolier really needs to watch out where he casts his ult. And apart from dooming Andrew, Doom needs to get in first. They need to get that jump first and aim the Ursa or Andrew, or both of them. Though. Because I don't see Valky being a threat at this point in his ulti form, since the opponent team has BKBs up on players that they need to have BKB up on. And Gondry is just not able to make good use of his soul rep or hold on to the fight long enough for the sustain to come in and for Toy to do any kind of damage. Dro is getting decimated so quickly that
Yeah.
the other two heroes are not able to gain their impact. They do try to force stuff him out, but at this point, Ursa is just too fast and has a lot more mobility than what the Dro has.
Yeah, and Ursa is actually going for Nabisul Blade, and there's a 5-man smoke coming out from Team Neon Esports. Let's see if they will be able to make anything out of the smoke. There is an initiation, yep. And they will be able to catch one, and I believe it's going to be the Mirana who might end up going down. The Guardian Greaves come into play, and the chase is not going to stop. There is the Malphus onto one. Gondra trying to escape away for his life. The heals are going to come in as well. The Fortune Soul will not forgive him. The zombie is going to go down alongside Mirana for the next 40 seconds. And the advantage now, if you look at the graph, is just going on to the side of Team Neon Esports.
That's true. But I think Doom is leading in net worth, which is a given considering the fact that he has a Midas and the Devour ability. But then there's Ursa. He was trailing behind Dro, but now obviously he's gone up ahead, even after the advantage that Reaper is still having in terms of gold. I think that's because the Dro Ranger and Doom have a lot more farm than their counterparts.
Yep. And then again, Joe Ranger has been getting caught in every single team fight. I think there has not been a single team fight where Joe has not been caught or not been killed. So if you're just dying consistently, if you're losing these team fights consistently, then it's gonna be really hard for the team to be able to come back into the game. And Team Reapers, they're just gonna try again. They would want to go in. It's gonna be high ground versus low ground. The smoke breaks out. The vision is being planted. Will they be able to catch the CM? They won't. There's gonna be the initiation. Meanwhile, onto the back lines, there's gonna be the stun. And okay, onto the Enigma. There's gonna be the mute, but they're trying to save the Enigma down. BKB has been popped up. Does Andrew want to jump in and want to reinitiate the fight? They both are patiently waiting. Meanwhile, into the trees, Maid will be able to secure that kill onto one, and Gondra is gonna go down to Tsukimoto, so it's gonna be a 4 versus 4. But there's some kind of vision advantage onto the Radiant side. Would they want to jump in? Tsukimoto gets caught. There's no BKB on Enigma. He does have a black hole. Do you want to jump in? And there is going to be the black hole. It is going to be a lovely 3-man black hole. They would want to jump in. Fortune Soul coming out. Those big right clicks. Oh my goodness. It is going to be a triple kill. Would they want to stop? They go in. Valky, Hong will be able to escape. Valky was a little too close and the tips coming out. Andrew. What a monster this guy is.
They did have a chance to retreat Reaper, but I think they were baited. The two heroes deliberately stood there so RDP could go in again. He did not have a BKB or a Doom, and I think that's where Andrew took advantage and got a beautiful 3-man black hole. He was well positioned, he had his ability ready, and he had the foresight. He knew where he wanted to be. And then I think Fortune Soul did not waste a moment in taking advantage of that disable and wiped off all 3 heroes.
I would agree. I mean, the last team fight we saw how he was actually gone on by the Doom, and then Fortune Soul just came in with that lucky stun that came out from the Visa Blade. He was able to save Andrew, and Andrew was able to walk out of that range of the Doom, which is actually a huge thing. And again, this is going to be the 3rd rush. They have picked up the Ags has been picked up by Ursa. Also has the Ages of Immortality. Well, they are back into the game, and now 11k goal lead, where we got to see there was a 6k goal lead on Reapers, but they have consistently been losing fights. And Team Neon again. Zach, I don't know if you were there, but earlier when I was casting their games, I named them the Comeback Kings, and they have proved it all across, the whole tournament. And again, like, we got to see this huge comeback coming out from Team Neon Esports, which I don't think anybody was expecting out of them.
That's perfectly put, Udog, and I think definitely they have proved their mettle. And it was a little bit difficult, but their positioning was just on point. They knew when to smoke, they knew who to go on. And I think that's what's kind of guaranteeing their victory at the moment. But hey, it's
Yep.
Dota, you never know. So I think
Yep.
a good couple of kills on Toy, and he'll be back in game. He just needs to find that right sweet spot to stay and shoot his bow and arrow. And RDP needs to get a good jump, and they are back in the game.
Yeah, I mean, but we still have to consider how strong these guys are. I mean, both the sides, not just one. And you see, there's another smoke play coming out. They're potentially trying to get a kill at least on a support, or they will just want to walk outside the base. They do not want to fight inside the base as of now. Tsukimoto breaks the smoke. Oh, there's a beautiful blink away from Tsukimoto coming out, taking the advantage of the vision that they had. And Valky, does he want to initiate the fight? Okay, there's going to be a stun being landed onto Undying because of that Skull Basher that he has. But will there be any more initiations onto the high ground? That is something that we have to wait and see.
They just wanted to reclaim their high ground, I think, because they were completely out of vision. They wanted some sort of hold onto the map. And now Tsukimoto initiates on Toy.
Oh, yeah.
And there's the black hole. They have the Yules, and the black hole is going to get cancelled from the Doom. Will this be the fight that Reaper was looking for? Tsukimoto gets taken out. Mirana is in trouble at this point, but there's the refresher, and a second black hole comes in, and I don't think there's much left to say. And it's almost game over for Reaper, I think.
Wow. The second refresh black hole that came in, and again, Pangolier is looking out for an escape. Oh, the Force Staff! The Force Staff from Crystal Maiden. That is going to be a little bit of a mistake because he was facing towards the enemy, swashbuckling himself out onto the lower ground, but the Force Staff
Was that a
just got him in. The Crystal Maiden Force stabbed the Pangolier trying to get him out, but while swashbuckling, while repositioning, he was facing towards the enemy, so he went back in. A little bit unfortunate events there, but what a black hole came out from Enigma. He patiently waited onto that refresher. He refreshed, repositioned himself, used that BKB right on spot, and came back in with a 4-man black hole. Pushed out. If you see closely, Zach, there's 1, 2, 3, 4. I think there are 5 buybacks. There are at least 4 buybacks with what I can see in the last team fight.
At this point, they're all in. I think another team fight that Neon wins probably will be their last, if I'm not wrong. Because at this point, Reaper is all in with the buybacks, and they managed to hold high ground. They did not lose the tower, but and they have some vision on their high ground as well. But it's kind of declining. There's a 19k lead on Neon at this point, and the Ursa, he'll almost have his swift link up. Not that it makes much of a difference, but definitely. And he has one more shot to do after the Ace expires. It's kind of interesting. We might even see a Nullify pickup, I mean.
Yeah, I think it is quite important for the Nullifier pickup because I mean you are playing against. Yeah, I mean you have to break the link because they're also playing against a lot of force staffs. So that is something that we have to keep in mind. I mean, you need some kind of debuff, so you will just be able to go up for the kills, and the supports will not be able to save the carries. So I think Nullifier as a late game item, it's good. Meanwhile, there's only 20 more seconds onto the Ages of Immortality, so Team Neon would want to try and take a fight. Will they be able to go in? And there's going to be a 5-man smoke, and let's see if they will be able to find anyone in the lane. Maid is patiently waiting into the trees. We want to break out onto that smoke. Okay, there could be an initiation, and There is an initiation. Fortune Soul comes in. Okay, pops out the enrage on the right time, and now he's perfectly placed up onto the hill. And now Silas is stuck again, but there's gonna be the black hole coming in. He's gonna get silenced. He's gonna get muted. The Ursa is gonna come back down, but will he be able to go anywhere else? He is trying his best. Goes down, gets kited. He's gonna go down. And now Doom on the stave. The force staff isn't not gonna work. It's not gonna be enough. There's gonna be the buyback coming in. Andrew coming in. He does have the black hole. Does he want to commit it? He's not looking out to commit. He's trying to reposition himself. There's gonna be the force staff onto Tusk. Tusk is gonna be super low, but the aesthetic cap. Will they be able to save him? Jumps in onto the other side and blinks away. There's gonna be the soul rip coming in as well. But Ursa, he does not give a crap. He would want to jump in. There is gonna be more initiation, but the kick in. Fortune Soul, are you gonna make that mistake? But no. The pop-up of that enrage just worked out well, and they have tapped it out. Game number 1. 46 minutes, and Team Reaper has just tapped it out. My God. What a game. Congratulations to Team Neon Esports on their win on this game number 1. What a game. My God, Zach. That was so
Well
much fun
deserved
to
as well.
watch.
That was very well deserved. They had their priorities in order. They did what they had to, even after a tough early game for them, where at a couple of times it was #Reaper that was sort of taking away the fight. They had good map control. They even got the first ages. I mean, as Ursa, it's pretty difficult for you to watch as the enemy carry farms you, and he didn't have
Yep.
a battle fury. But from there, what a comeback! I think, but the MVP, according to me, is Andrew. He really had those amazing black holes. He kept his calm.
Yeah.
He did not jump in unnecessarily. He did not, get any risky. I think only a couple of them were cancelled. Apart from that, all of them, 3-man, 2-man black holes, and he always got toy. Almost
Yep.
always he got toy, and so Fortune Soul was always there to take advantage of it, and I think that's those two plays are what made them win. Also, shout out to Sukimoto for the perfect placement and amazing juking. What his blink in and blink out was perfect at all times. So
Yep.
I think that's the game summarized for them.
Oh yeah, definitely. And looking at the scoreboard, man, the itemization was just so perfect from both the sides. I mean, I think it was majorly all about the initiation. I think Team Hashtag could have kept an eye more onto that Enigma, even though I think RDP was trying to jump onto the backline, and he was actually trying to catch onto Andrew, but the further team was not able to catch up onto the Enigma, and he was able to escape somehow, or the Ursa was jumping onto the backlines onto #Reapers. And if you look at the damage output as well, it is quite a lot. You see the damage from Ursa coming out and from Andrew coming out. The hero damage is more. It's 38k, and then from Ursa it's 39,000. Meanwhile, I think Toy wasn't really able to do much with 24,000 damage coming out onto those heroes. So I mean, if you look at the draft was fine. If you look at the graph, the graph is also turning towards, I think it has been onto the equilibrium for about 20 minutes because there was a few ups and downs. And if you look at the player net worth as well, in the early game, Zach, I think what we remember is Toy was a lot on lead when you said, he was doing really well, and then later we got to see uh how Ursa was able to catch up onto the farm. So that is something that we have to keep in mind. That Team Neon has always been one of those comeback kings, and that is something that always astonishes me, man. I don't know. I have no clue how these guys are able to make such good comebacks. Their positioning is perfect. Their gameplay is perfect. Um, Kudos to Chuan, and he has been training them for about more than a year, I believe. I think he has been with the organization for more than a year, and he has been one of those big names in terms of TI. I mean, he has an ages of immortality, so Chuan is going to be forever immortal now. But I mean, looking at Team Neon Esports doing so well with such a huge name as a coach, I mean, why not? They did deserve that win, isn't it, Zach?
I agree. I definitely agree. It and what a game it was. It's not like it was a one-sided matchup. and there's a lot of ups and downs, and we saw a
Yep.
lot of turn of events, but they did hold their ground and they did win, which is
Mhm.
quite spectacular. I think their moments were very crisp. They had good map awareness. Their smoke gangs were on point. They always got at least a single kill from their smoke gangs.
Yep.
And yeah, so I think Neon definitely takes this one home. Let's see what the second match has in line for us.
Oh yeah, we still have. I would say we still have 4 more matches to see what can happen in this in this tournament. And it is like, again, I mean, it is Dota. You never know what can happen in the game. So I am super excited to see what can happen in the next few games. And yet again, I mean, Zach, I still have a question from you. What do you think, uh, you know, team #Reaper could have done for doing it a lot better than Neon? But before answering that question, we'll just announce the MVP, which is going to be Andrew, for this game. Again, Zach, you mentioned how Andrew has played, his positioning, his comeback potential, that refresher into jumping back in to the using that usage of blink dagger. I think he's just been perfect, man. There's there's no other word that I have. Any words from your side for the MVP?
Oh no, no, no! I think on everything was on point, and I like how even after the first black hole didn't go as planned, he kind of went back, made some space. He did not fall to the doom, which was a difficult task to do since once doom is on you with that axe, it's quite difficult to sort of escape from his clasp. But he did get back. He did pop that refresher, and he got a very amazing 3-1 black hole for the second time in a row,
Yeah,
which is, I think it's well deserved. That's no doubt about it.
yeah. I mean, it was definitely very much fun to watch. So, guys, we're gonna be taking a quick break. Do not go anywhere. There are 4 more games. The next game is gonna be up again. For now, it is just Neon Esports 1-0. This is a best of 5. Do not go anywhere. We'll be right back with a short break.
what I want. This is what I want. What I want. This is what I want. That thing, that thing, that thing that makes me cool like crazy. Makes me cool like crazy. Makes me cool like crazy. Let me break it down. It's a material world. Show me what you got. I hope you came prepared right there. If you give me the thing that I want, wanna get that thing, that X that makes me cool like crazy. That vibe inside, that's lit. No if, no buts, no maybes. It's what I want. This is what I want. This is what I want. What I want. This is what I want. That thing, that thing, that thing that makes me cool like crazy.
लोग कहे ये सब उन्हें लगता है लेम गेमिंग और करियर नॉट जस्ट द सेम ई स्पोर्ट्स को टाइम देना टाइम का वेस्ट कैसे मैं करता सारी उम्मीदों को फेस
गेमिंग इज अ वेस्ट ऑफ टाइम ये सब जी गए दिन की बातें हो गई हैं। अब फैंस की बारी है फेम कमाने की। सिर्फ फैन क्लैश में आप यूज कर सकते हैं अपना गेमिंग नॉलेज फेम और पैसे अर्न करने के लिए, क्योंकि यहाँ फैंस है असली हीरो।
Fanclash is Asia's largest esports fantasy platform. Select your favorite players, make your own fantasy team, and win up to rupees 1 lakh daily. Download the Fanclash app now.
Hello, guys. Welcome back to AMD Sky Esports Championship 4.0. I am Odog. With me, I am back again with my old partner, which is going to be Lama. So, Lama, how have you been? It's been a while, and again, I believe it is going to be a fun game to cast. Again, #Reapers versus Neon Esports. Were you able to watch game number one? What are you feeling about it?
Yeah, I was able to watch game number one and definitely was amazed by how the Enigma played throughout the game. I think those black holes it changed the tides around completely multiple times, and I don't think Drow was able to position herself properly throughout the game, which cost them the game as well. Otherwise, I think both teams played really, really well. Again, we have seen these teams go head to head before, and Reaper hashtag did come out on top last time. And the same Neon Esports have secured themselves game one, and we'll have to just wait and watch and see if it goes to another game five between these two teams, or if it is going to be a one-sided sweep by Neon this time. Let's just have to wait and watch.
Yeah, but then again, the comeback that we get to see from Neon Esports, it is quite amazing. I mean, there's
Yeah.
there's no way to explain how these guys have this kind of mechanism that they use just to be able
Yeah.
to come back into the game. I mean, early game when we saw the Ursa was struggling and the draw was like on so much of an advantage, I was like, okay, there's the Ursa buying the Battle Fury. And then whenever you
Yeah.
pick up a Battle Fury, you think, okay, you will need some space to be able to farm. Even after picking up that Battle Fury, there were some times where we got to see that Ursa, okay, he went to the jungle, he was farming. But then every single time, even just with the Battle Fury, he did come into the team fights and they were able to win those team fights. They were able to make
Yeah.
those comebacks. I think like Zach mentioned early on, one or two black holes here and there got missed, but other than that, we got to see those insane black holes from Enru. Man, I have no words for this guy. Like
Yeah.
such, he has such great understanding about the game. It just gave me goosebumps, man.
Yeah, definitely. And I think especially, coming in with the refresher orb into the black hole again, people not expecting that where you jump in with the black hole is actually like really, really interesting to watch. And again, I think we have headed into the drafting phase of the between these two teams. Think there's some technical issues again in the game. So, yeah, I think both teams will be looking forward to. I mean, I think Neon Esports are pretty happy with how their lineup went, and I think Reaper hashtag did pretty well. They were in the lead early game as well, but again, the momentum started shifting towards Neon as soon as those black holes started landing properly, and
Yep.
the Dow Ranger was caught off multiple times during team fights, and he was not able to do the damage that he had to do during these team fights. So I think they'll be
Yeah.
looking for someone more enabled in team fights in the early game and in the late game as well. Looking for someone like a Void or a Slark who will be able to participate more and does not have to worry about getting caught off guard and dying to heroes like the Ursa or the Enigma. So I think that's one of the important things that Reaper hashtag will be looking for. And again, both the teams have quite a different style of play style, and both teams have fought each other before, so they do know how their opponents think and how their opponents play. So it all comes down to how they keep their momentum flowing. Reaper hashtag was not able to hold their momentum throughout this game, and that's what led them to lose sight of the win in this game. So I think
Yep.
if both teams are more focused on objectives, more focused on carrying that momentum forward, I think they'll do really, really well.
Yeah, and do you think there could be like some kind of cheese picks? Because, like sometimes whenever you go with these kind of drafting phases where you are just picking up the same heroes and over. And again, Lama, I think we have seen quite a lot times that Beastmaster getting banned. There's the Spirit, the Amber Spirit getting banned, or the Void Spirit being contested for that pick. So in last game we saw, right after that Naga Siren ban, oh sorry, right after the Enigma pickup, there was a Naga Siren ban. So, these kind of things, when we get to see these kind of things, do you think Team Reaper, they should come up with some kind of pocket picks and not the last game shenanigans, and they should just, throw out something new? Because I think Team Neon, they have done their homework. They know exactly how these guys play. So if you show up to a tournament and if you're losing that one game and in game number 2 you pull out that pocket strat,
Yeah.
who know, there could be a huge change and there could be a huge difference in terms of getting back into the game or trying to make that comeback. So do you
Yeah.
think there could be a change in this draft, like in this match's
e-
draft?
Yeah, definitely. I think that is a possibility. But then again, I think these pocket picks or these, cheese picks will probably saved for the third game or later games when they are in a do or die situation where they do not want to reveal it yet. So I think that's what their best option would be, going for a safer, normal, their usual normal play style is really good from the Reaper
Yeah.
side. If they stick to that, just focus more on keeping that momentum, they'll be doing much better. Not necessarily leaning towards a cheese pick or a rat pick coming in at a second game, not necessary. So I think that's
Mhm.
the main thing. And again, if we go into the third game when you're up 2-0, maybe then the cheese picks could come in and we would be maybe looking into that as well. Then again, I think we have the game ready and we can go right into the draft and see what both teams are thinking right at this moment.
Oh yeah, I mean, I would really want to see, some kind of pocket pickups at least in this game. But yet again, we are into game number 2. To all the lovely viewers who have just joined, guys, this is the AMD Sky Esports Championship 4.0, powered by AMD, Logitech, as well as Fanclash. If you haven't downloaded their app, please go ahead and do that. It is available on their website for the Android users, and for the Apple users, you can go ahead and download the Fanclash app from their Play Store or the Apple Store. Let me take you guys back
Yeah.
to the game. Again, hashtag Reapers, we might be able to see a pickup of Tusk. I mean, I think that is something that we would expect. Again, Tiny, CM, Tusk, Mirana, if I'm not wrong. Oh, okay. This time there's going to be a Broodmother out.
Oh,
Okay, I was
okay.
expecting Tusk, honestly.
I mean, you did want a cheese pick or different strategy coming out from hashtag Reaper, and I think Broodmother kind of does that. The Reaper hashtag usually do go for this, the zoo kind of build, and Broodmother does fit into that label. But then again, she is not as strong as she once used to be, and a lot of heroes coming out from the side of Neon Esports already do counter the Broodlings quite a bit, like the Crystal Maiden and the Tiny, who do a lot of AOE damage, can get rid of those Broodlings pretty easily. So I think Reaper hashtag will be looking into their forward picks where they are able to assist Broodmother and her push capability coming especially in the mid game to the early game as well. So if you look into the bans that's coming in from the side of hashtag Reaper, they are going in for the Bloodseeker and the Naga, who are again really really good against Broodmother, especially the rupture coming out from the Bloodseeker can keep Broodmother in a single spot, which she does not enjoy at all. And Naga Siren being able to clear waves a lot easier than any other carries will also be a problem to Broodmother, and she brings in the capacity for early push from the side of Neon as well. So really good bans coming out from the side of hashtag Reaper, and Neon Esports are banning out the Pango and the Hoodwink, who are really really good against the Crystal Maiden and Tiny, especially the Hoodwink, who is able to scurry around in the forest and get rid of the supports really really easily, especially the Crystal Maiden, who's really squishy up until she's able to get some more items and keep herself alive longer. She's going to be
Yep.
falling quite easily to a hero like Hoodwink. So both the teams do know what they're doing. Absolutely, they're going in for really really solid picks, and I think hashtag Reaper will have to focus more on the rest of the picks around the Brood Mothers. So it's going to be interesting to see what they come up with in the next three picks.
Yeah, and there's going to be the pickup of a Straight Breaker. I think Lifestealer would be somebody which might get banned, and if not Lifestealer, I think Morphling could have been a great pick here as well. So while we were talking, I was actually thinking, of the next pickup from Team Neon. I actually thought they would go for that classic combo of Morphling and Earthshaker, but
Yeah,
I mean, they have picked up a Spirit Breaker, and I think Spirit Breaker kind of works similar to the Earthshaker. I mean, you come up from far away, you can go to the side lanes, and you can gank out pretty quick. So there's going to be a lot of mobility that we will get to see from Neon Esports, and I think that is how they have also been playing their past few games. Because what I feel, we get to see they pick up heroes like Amber Spirit, they pick up heroes like Void Spirit. So there is always some kind of mobility coming out from Team Neon Esports, and that is something we
yeah,
might be able to see. But yeah, Super hashtag trying to counter it, coming up with Undying and Void Spirit, and
ooh,
Neon Esports were just ready to pick up that Dawnbreaker.
yeah,
So Dawnbreaker into Spirit Breaker into a tiny
oof,
Crystal Maiden. My goodness, I believe if somebody gets caught from this
yeah,
side, it is going to be very rough. But then onto the other side, we also have to consider that Undying's laning phase is one of the strongest laning phase in the current patch of Dota. Yet again, we
yeah,
also have to mention Broodmother can control a lot of the map. I know Straightbreaker can move uh, quicker, and like you have that mobility, but if you talk about controlling the map early on, I think Broodmother does the best. And this is
yeah,
why, I mean, as soon as hashtag saw that, okay, Broodmother is not banned, okay, we're just gonna pick it up, and it was an instant pickup coming out, sacrificing the Tusk, which was banned by Team Neon. So
yeah.
I believe Tusk mid pickup isn't really too great. I think, Lama, we haven't seen any wins from a Tusk mid, if I'm not wrong. Have you seen one in this
Uh,
tournament? I don't think so.
Yeah, I mean, we have seen some rollovers coming in from the side of Tusk. Especially, there was a game where the Tusk was able to close the game within the first 16 minutes. The opponents
Oh
were
yeah,
calling GG. Yeah, because of how much effect that early game Tusk has. But as the game leads longer into the mid late
yeah,
game, I think Tusk slightly falls off, especially compared to a hero like Pangolier, who provides so much team fight capabilities and also has like a long stun duration coming out from his role. I think someone like Tusk easily falls off into the mid late and late game. So I think there are good Tusk games, but again, not really the best hero to be going on into the late game. And especially if you pick a core that really depends on the late game, the Tusk is not the most ideal option. So coming into the last pick from hashtag Reaper, they go in with the Templar Assassin and the Void Spirit. Okay, so it's going to be a carry Templar Assassin with a mid lane
yep,
Void Spirit and probably an off lane Brood Mother. Interesting, really interesting lineup coming from hashtag Reaper. And we'll have to see how Neon Esports replies to this Templar Assassin as their last pick. Again, as you said, having Dawnbreaker, Spirit Breaker, and Tiny on the same team going on to one hero from the side of hashtag Reaper, it's going to be super
yep.
annoying because again, we have two universal
Oh yeah,
heroes that can come at you from anywhere, and they go with the Viper. that's like the biggest counter Templar Assassin. Everyone knows it. And I think TA is not going to have the best time that she really likes. And this Viper is going to be really, really annoying to deal with.
Yeah, I mean, you see why Templar Assassin is actually annoying because you can farm quick, and the second part is you have that refraction. Even if someone's hitting you, you can still escape, which is like one of the most
Yeah.
annoying things that does come from Templar Assassin. Here we have a counter, which is Viper, and then they have multiple stuns to be able to counter Toy on that Templar Assassin. But we have to remember Toy, man. This guy, he is
Yeah.
so good at that hero. I mean,
Yeah.
he can actually make a difference in the game by picking up that hero. So I mean, just in terms of the drafting phase, both the teams have picked up a different draft, so we will be seeing something new other than just the laning phases. But there you go. You
Mhm.
know, you can see Neon Esports. They seem pretty confident. They are coming up with a new kind of picks. You can see. I mean, they
Yeah.
they just seem confident to me, and I think just in terms of their picking and banning, I am not super sure how it would go because there is I mean, there is a Dawnbreaker. Dawnbreaker safe lane. Is it gonna be a
Ye-
Dawnbreaker safe lane?
Probably.
I think it's gonna be a Dawnbreaker safe lane. But before that, guys, if you guys haven't downloaded the fantasy app of Fanclash, please go ahead and do that. You can create your own teams. You can select the highest credits. You can make the teams with your knowledge. You can put up all your esports knowledge, make up a fantasy team before the game starts. If you guys haven't downloaded the app, please go ahead and do that. Select the teams. You will be able to find some suggestions as well from their AI and you can instantly join in as well. Right after you join in, you can add your team and the fantasy app can work out super well for you guys. If you guys haven't downloaded the app, please go ahead and do that, and it is one of the biggest platforms for these fantasy games. You can win a lot of cash prizes as well. So thank you to Fanclash, AMD, as well as Logitech, for being around for the Sky Esports Championship 4.0. To all the lovely viewers, if you guys haven't followed Sky Esports yet, please go ahead and do that. We are into game number 2, and already smoke's coming out. Lama, I believe similar kind of warnings. Do you think there's gonna be another ward which was planted near, near the outpost? For if
Uh,
you remember, a couple of times we have casted the
yeah.
game, and then yeah.
Yeah, I doubt, but again, I think they'll be looking for this early engagement, try to get kills if possible. But again, Tsukimoto's smoke breaks over there, and he knows someone's waiting on top, and they don't really have eyes on any of the heroes from the side of Reaper hashtag. So, again, I think looks like Broodmother will be looking to secure the opposite side of the rune, whereas the rest of both the teams are in the bottom. Probably might not engage into a team fight here. They'll both probably look to exchange two runes. Maybe the bottom rune might be contested from both the sides. Let's see if they're able to catch first blood or just secure two runes for both the teams, or if one of the team gets three runes.
And Tsukimoto has been spotted, whereas Andrew standing up onto the high ground trying to right click down Gondrai. And Gondrai trying to escape away for his life, but who will get the rune? That is going to be my question. And yes, it is going to be an easy secure. Meanwhile, Gondrai trying to escape away for his life. Will they be able to secure that kill? Oh,
Oh,
one more click, and yes, they get it. Another stun coming on to Templar Assassin. Does have that meld. Andrew trying to run away for his life. Will he be able to take the advantage of the range that they have? The Frostbite is still there, and I believe the Greater Bash is a little too passive.
ooh,
Wasn't able to land it right in time, and Toy will be able to escape. Meanwhile, Andrew will do the same as well. And if I look at uh, who has picked up the runes, so RDP, Hong Hong, Fortune Soul, and Toy. Okay, so I believe it is 3 for
yeah,
1.
yeah, 3 for 1,
Yep. It is going to be a 3 for
and
1 rune, so a little bit of an advantage for Team Reaper. Meanwhile, mid lane.
yeah. Mid lane, Madme versus Valky, a classic matchup we have seen multiple times. And I think in this lane, the Tiny should have a slight advantage just because of that increased damage that he always has. But again, Madme does have the better attack animation and does have a decent amount of damage as well. So he's going to be doing pretty well for himself. Andrew tanking quite a bit, falling really, really low, but he is able to get the courier, so I think it works out for him. Coming back in a lane with low health, not really ideal for him, but still, I think he's going to be doing pretty well in the bot lane. But again, in the mid lane, the matchup is slightly leaning towards Valky on this Tiny. Then again, we'll have to wait and watch, see how both the players decide to play, what builds they go for, and how the rotations come in. Valky falling really, really low, but will be able to survive just because he has a really high base strength. So again, both these heroes falling really, really low, but bottle coming in for Madmaid will help him secure that lane for himself. And again, guys, if you haven't already downloaded the app, please go ahead and download the Fanclash app. In the mid lane, Valky falling really, really low again, but he is able to survive somehow and gets back into this laning phase. If we look at the last hits, Madmaid's doing pretty much better than Valky is right here. Again, having that delayed bottle on his side has caused him to take quite a bit of beating. But I think now onwards, both of them will have a pretty decent lane in the mid lane.
Yeah, and then the farming potential on both the heroes is also pretty similar. I mean, it's not that bad after all. I
Yeah.
know the attack speed is a little low on Valky's side, but then I mean, you have that high base damage, the Avalanche Toss combo. All this works out, man. So I think more
Yeah.
stuns win you the game, and I think that he will be able to make a difference. He will be able to make a difference. Meanwhile, we still have to wait on that level 6. And if not level 6, maybe the 4-minute mark when we might be able to see more rotations coming out. I would also want to talk about the bottom lane a little. And I think the similar kind of pattern has been happening. You see how Toy is just trying to save his courier from Tsukimoto. Meanwhile, Tsukimoto is just trying to chase the courier on him. Take some damage
Yeah.
onto that bottom lane. Okay.
In the top lane,
Yep, top lane, there is going to be a fight breaking out. RDP trying to right-click him out, but the range, will they be able to secure that kill? Oh, will miss the arrow. Mirana will not be able to connect right on time. Hated just right-clicking down Mirana, but Fortune Soul and Hated, both of them are going to be on super low HP. Let's see if we actually might be able to see a kill on the top lane. Everyone's
Yeah.
on quite low HP. Meanwhile, Gondry doing his own thing, trying to make some space for the lane.
again, it's
What do
really
you feel?
interesting to see.
Yeah,
Yeah, go ahead,
sorry
ask
to
me the
interrupt you.
question.
Yeah, I just wanted to ask you, what do you feel about the laning phase of Hated and Fortune Soul? I mean, they have picked up. Okay, there's gonna be a frostbite, but the right click coming out from Hated will be able to connect onto him, and now Fortune Soul escaping away for his life. Does have that soul ring, will be able to escape away with the 2 armor and 6 strength. Good kill
Yeah.
onto the Mirana. Yeah, so I was just asking you, what do you feel about this laning phase? CM and Dawnbreaker, not something that we get to see. It's not super common. Oh, okay, the
And
slowdown
Crystal
into the
falls.
Sacred Arrow and Starstorm. Easy kill secure
Yeah.
on Hated.
Yeah, again, the laning, I think both teams will be doing pretty good, especially the Dawnbreaker and the Crystal Maiden. They do have a lot of capacity to shut down the Broodmother, especially with the Star Break that she has. She's able to clear those creeps really, really easily.
Bottom
And I
lane.
think, yeah, oh, in the bot lane, however, Toy does get caught off with that with that charge coming in from Tsukimoto,
Yeah.
and Andrew will be able to secure the kill onto him. In the mid lane, however, Maid has fallen really, really low. Again, this, as you said, the high DPS. Okay, man, okay, we need a little break to analyze what's happening. But the Dawnbreaker falls in the top lane. She did not have a lot of regen on her, as we saw before, and the Crystal Maiden was not able to provide a salve for her either. So she does come falling down there. But again, as you said in the mid lane, right? The now that it's been 5 minutes into the game, the Void Spirit not really having the best game of his life,
Oh, bottom
and in
lane.
the bot lane,
Oh yeah, I think Reaper struggling. Tsukimoto is gonna go down. He went a little too deep in. I mean, would wanted to commit, but then there was no dust, and now, yep, he has picked up the dust. Lesson has been learned. So yeah, a dust and a sentry has been picked up on that dead Baratram. But I
yeah,
mean, I would say Andrew has just been doing pretty well. I mean, it's quite harsh on Toy as of now. So just 6 minutes into the game, Toy has moved into the jungle. Now would want to farm out any kind of stacks that he can get. Meanwhile, on the top lane, we can see RDP right-clicking Fortune Soul. Fortune Soul trying to turn it around. There is going to be a little bit of a stun with the Starbreaker, but I believe it's not big enough to find that kill. Meanwhile, there is a pickup of a regeneration rune onto the mid lane. So we might see Valky either diving or rotating towards on the side. Meanwhile, bottom lane, there is going to be the catch, and Gondra is going to go down. In top lane, there is going to be some more action. There's going to be Starstrom. The Sacred Arrow is still up there, but I think RDP might end up going down. Oh, wow. The spin web to save the day.
Yeah. And again, like this lane is really interesting to look at because it's really weird combos coming out from both the sides. The Dawnbreaker, Circusimin, who are going on to the Broodmother right now, gets the stun on, but is there enough damage to get her down? Not really. Whereas on the other hand, the Mirana goes on the Crystal Maiden and will be able to secure the kill onto her. Yeah, as I was saying, really interesting lineups from both the sides in this top lane, but I think looking at it so far, RDP is actually doing quite well for himself. I thought he would be struggling more in that lane, but now that he's able to hit level 6 and having the spider links, I think he'll be able to farm much faster and even get the tower down pretty quickly. So Dawnbreaker might be forced to go back in the mid lane.
Yeah, there is going to be the Avalanche stun combo, but will it be enough? Madmade trying to escape away, and will be able to escape away because only just one level of toss. Okay, there is going to be the toss coming back. Is it just going to be enough? Madmade jumps in, secures whatever creeps that he can. And I believe he will also be able to secure the Arcane Rune in his bag. Good rotation coming out from that Mirana. Meanwhile, bottom lane, my god, they are just diving right after each other. Like it's just consistent diving under the tower. Meanwhile, RDP has taken the top tower. Broodmother is just doing the work.
Yeah, as I told in the beginning, Broodmother has the capacity to push down towers really, really quickly. Even at 8 minutes into the game, she's able to solo the tower all by herself. However, on the side of Neon, they're not really the best at taking down towers. Enryu does need some time. She needs the Aghanim shard as well. So they're going on the Undying, who's falling really, really, really low and will be coming down to the right clicks of Andrew right there. Madmade is here trying to get a kill back onto the side of Reaper hashtag, but Andrew at level 7 is really, really tanky and will not fall easily. Madmade will be falling really, really low from the right click coming in from Andrew, and he might actually fall. They do exchange each other, but I think it's a really good outcome for the Viper because he was able to secure a kill onto the Undying and the Void as well. So if we look at the stats, I think Viper is doing the best right now, and Toy not really having the best game of his life. He is able to get 61 last hits and 8 denies, but Valky coming in here with the Avalanche shard combo. I mean, Avalanche toss combo.
The toss is still there. He's looking out for that toss, and from behind we can see the cow coming in. And there is going to be the collision, but is it going to be enough? There is an avalanche coming in. Oh, the timing for the invisibility was almost there. They will be able to secure that kill. Meanwhile, Spiritbreaker is also going to go down. Fortune Soul trying to get a little close there, but will not be able to secure that kill in his back. Or will not be able to find Maid. Of course, I mean, Mad Maid picked up that Void Spirit. Does have a lot of ability. Yeah. I mean, the spiderlings are annoying, man. I think if not Earthshaker, you need some kind of counter for the spiderlings. I mean, you need to clear these guys out.
I do think they have it. They again in the mid lane they go on to the Void.
Yeah. There's gonna be an initiation. Hated coming out with the ulti and a little bit of a mistake, but the heals coming in from behind. There is the haste pop up. There's gonna be the stun, and yes, they will be able to get Maid. Goes back down for the next 30 seconds. Well, Valky was not afraid to dive in behind the tower.
Yeah, I mean he's level 9 already, and having one level in a grow does make him quite a bit tanky. And he did have the haste rune, so he knew he could chase the Void Spirit even if he used his abilities to get the hell out of this. So yeah, it's a good decision from him to get the chase down and get the kill there as well. Again, looking at this spider with his spiderlings, it's super scary right now because not really a lot of clear. They do have a lot of spells that can clear these spiderlings, but then again, the mobility that this broodmother has is quite hard to deal with, and they have vision on her. They will be
Oh
charging
yeah,
on to
there's
her.
gonna be the initiation. Yeah, Sukimoto trying to escape away for his life, but will RDP be able to escape? Oh yeah, there
Oh.
are some stuns coming in, and Roshan, will he be the MVP of this fight? No. RDP will be able to escape using those webs. That was a little too close, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. And I think the magic, I mean, his wand was able to save him from the Roshan over there. Then again, see, again, these initiations, they do go onto the Brood Mother, but they won't be able to secure the kill just because of the mobility that he has. Meanwhile, in the mid lane,
Yeah, there is gonna be the denial of the invisibility, the ulti coming in, Sukimoto. Oh, baiting that spell out. There's gonna be the stun from Valky and the right clicks from Andrew. Will they be able to find one? Yes, they will. The root onto the Void Spirit, and here comes the Dawnbreaker. Will be able to connect Fortune Soul right in time. Next could be the turn of Toy. He does have the refraction trying to sit down. Sukimoto right clicking him down from behind, and oh, the Brood Mother joins
oh,
into the team fight. And I believe Sukimoto is gonna go down because of the Silken Bola. Will be able to secure that
yeah.
kill onto the cow. This is for the first time I'm watching a spider killing the alien. I think it's generally the opposite, isn't it?
Yeah. I think Neon Esports have quite a bit of advantage right now, but the only thing they need to deal with is the Brood Mother and her capacity to push. So I think if they are able to get that under control, they have this game in the bag 100%. But again, looking at how Reaper hashtag has played before, we have seen them play really, really well with the momentum, but that they have. But again, in the last game, we saw them drop their momentum and give up their lead towards Neon Esports. So we'll have to see. We'll have to just wait and watch, see what both teams do. But in the mid lane, Valky is able to get his hands onto Mirana and will be able to secure an easy kill with the Avalanche Toss combo. Again, the damage output coming in from this Tiny is really, really high, especially into the early 15 to 30 minutes into the game. So I think Valky has to make a full usage of the damage capacity that he has to get as many kills as possible and to help with the pushing of towers as well. But again, as he leads into better and better items, he will still keep that capacity to do the damage. And they're looking for Manmade here. They do
Void
get a
Spirit.
scan off onto him. They know he is there.
Oh, they got the stun on him. Valky coming in from behind. Will there be a catch? The Frostbite. Oh, he's a little too away for that. And the jump in. Oh, he's only gonna throw the tree. The toss was a little too away. And here comes the Moonlight Shadow trying to save these guys out. But the whole team Radiant or Team Reaper is just trying to walk down to the bottom side of the map. But they want to continue
Yeah.
fighting? I believe not. Okay, there's gonna be a pickup of Arcane Rune from Maid. Well, the fight started off great. I mean, they were going for that catch, but it just didn't work out well. Whereas Maid taking a good amount of damage. Valky comes in from
Oh.
behind with that avalanche. Will be able to secure that kill. It will be very well initiated by Andrew, and Valky coming in right in time to be able to secure that kill. And now, it could be the turn of Toy. I mean, there is the Blink Dagger off cooldown. There's going to be the Root, the Avalanche onto 2. And there comes the Dawnbreaker from behind. There's going to be another stun onto the Templar. Will they be able to secure that kill? Toy, all alone. And there comes the Spiderlings. The damage output is just going to be huge. Sukimoto gets stunned. It's invisible. Do they have any kind of vision? There is one sentry ward. And yes, he was trying to escape, but the Starstorm will be able to catch him. Onto the other side, there's going to be an Avalanche Toss combo. Will they be able to get him? Yes, they will. The damage output is just going to be enough. Gondra secures 2 kills in his bag, but Andrew does not really want to stop there. Does have that poison attack. The right clicks are coming out. He has picked up the Eternal Shroud, and the right clicks are just going to be enough to kill the zombie. Back to base for the next 27 seconds. Very well played by both the teams. The losses are going to be on both the sides. But I believe an important kill of Templar Assassin has been done there. Because, I mean, as of now, what we can see, there is more control onto the side of Team Neon Esports. So I would really want to see Team Reaper getting those kills and, taking an objective out of it. Because they have a Broodmother. They should be pushing, as of now, they have the webs that can control a whole lane. So I would really want to see Broodmother getting into a lane and pushing out at least on that mid tower, because they can definitely contest it against Team Neon.
Yeah, then again, I think it's not the best for her to be doing that. Just because, like, if we notice what happened in the previous fight, they used all their AOE spells and abilities onto the TA to get to secure the kills over there. But then again, it's really hard if they do have all their spells. You know, when the broodmother is going in, so I think it's a better choice for her to stay back and just dealing with the team fights later on. Again, we see an engagement.
Oh yeah, there is gonna be all the spiderlings alongside the tombstone, but is it gonna be enough? Valky is dying low eventually, and he is also gonna go down. Tsukimoto would want to connect into the team fight, gets a little close, and there comes the Dawnbreaker. Meanwhile, Andrew just trying to right-click him down. Life stealing, wow, look at that. And there's gonna be the damage output onto the Mirana. Will he be able to escape Hong Kong? Yes, it is gonna be enough, but RDP joining in will be able to secure 3.
Yeah.
This is a comeback fight which is coming in from their side, and Andrew just standing in his own Nether Toxin, trying to bait them out.
Yeah.
Very well played by Team Reaper. But will they be able to make anything out of it? I mean, they're just consistently taking kills, and if you look how strong Broodmother was in this particular team fight, they were able to secure 3 kills. So there is still a
Yeah.
potential chance for Team Reaper to be able to come back into the game. But again, I mean, Andrew with that Eternal Shroud and the Nether Toxin, I mean, it's just perfection on that itemization, isn't it, Lama?
Yeah, definitely. The itemizations, again, these are really experienced players. They know what they're doing. RDP is getting gone on by Tsukimoto, and Fortune Soul gets the stun on. But then again, the mobility that this hero has, I don't think they'll be able to catch him as he walks downhill from there. So yeah, it's the Broodmother is going to be really annoying to deal with as time goes on. He will get stronger and stronger. But then again, if we noticed in the previous fight, RDP was able to do quite a bit of damage onto the side of Neon Esports. But again, there we didn't really see a conversion from that fight. We needed to see them winning that fight and pushing the mid tower, taking it down, but they were not able to do that. So that previous fight almost feels like it was for nothing, and objectives are not being focused by the side of Reaper hashtag. Whereas right now on the side of Neon, they're looking to take this mid tower down, and if they do, they will have a huge advantage on the side of having map control on their side. So they are looking to defend from the side of Reaper hashtag, but they are quite a bit late and will be losing it. An immediate smoke coming out from the side of Neon Esports. They'll be looking to go onto this Broodmother. A charge does go onto RDP, and he will get caught off guard here.
Yep. Multiple stuns coming in. Fortune Soul joins in as well, and this is going to be a catch. Exactly that we were talking about. You know, if these 3 to 4 heroes, if they go on to 1, it's going to be hard to catch. Even though, like, we saw a couple of times, Broodmother was able to escape, but then this time I think the catch was right on spot. And now next turn could be of Mirana. There is going to be a pushback. Andrew will not be afraid in putting out that Viper Strike. The heal will just not be enough. The invisibility and a TP from Tsukimoto. Very well played. Getting down the Courier as well. The Courier is also going to go down. It does have that Spirit Vessel's recipe in there. And this could be some free gold. If, okay, Gondrive will be able to heal it. But, yeah, there's no denial onto that Tombstone. 200 gold onto Andrew's bag. And consistently, Team Neon has been taking fights over and over, and they have just been winning. And I think this pocket pick of Viper is just doing really well for them, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. I think, you know, as soon as they saw the TA, they found Viper as an immediate counter, and a really well worth it counter as well, because not only is he able to take care of the TA personally in the team fights, he will also be able to push down towers really fast, especially once he's able to pick up that Aghanim shard, which I think he is queuing it for the next item. The towers are going to fall really quickly, and Reaper hashtag have to do everything in their capacity just to hold their towers in space. Now again, we see they are engaging onto the Viper.
Yeah, there's gonna be a slow into the arrow, and the burst damage was just enough. Hated trying to use the freezing field, but it is not gonna be enough. Yule Scepter coming in from Madmaid, and a couple of right clicks from RDP will be able to secure that kill onto Crystal Blade. I mean, at this point, both the teams are playing pretty much on equal. I mean, the equilibrium maintained. I mean, the graph is crazy, I know, but then This is just the early game. It's just 20 minutes into the game. If this graph goes about over 15 minutes, I believe it would maintain some kind of equilibrium there. I know the graph is crazy as of now, but I
Yeah.
mean, both the teams are just playing quite similar. I mean, one win, one loss onto those team fights, and I mean, as of now, right after picking up that Ages of Immortality and having the Desolator alongside the Dragonlance, I think this could be a huge advantage for Team Reaper, and they might be able to come back into this game.
But then again, my only problem I have with this entire lineup is that Viper. How are Reaper hashtag gonna deal with the Viper? Because there's nobody that can really burst her down immediately other than
Yeah.
RDP. But then again, Viper does have that AoE Nether Toxin to keep it in check. Uh, oh, Mirana falling really, really low, but
And another initiation coming out from Voicespirit, and the arrow's gonna connect from super far away. So Tiny, you have to stand still until you die. And he's gonna go back down for the next 46 seconds. Meanwhile, Hayden trying to escape away for his life. He is gonna get caught with the Ether Remnant. Calls the Crystal Maiden back and burns the ice down.
yeah,
Goes back to the base for the next 30 seconds. I
yeah,
think this
all
was a
these
decent kill
fights,
coming out from Team Reaper. They were able to
yeah.
secure those 2 kills. A mid lane died, support died, and now they are converting it into a tower, isn't it, Laman?
Yeah, I think that's really good for them. They're looking to get more kills here, but I think ideally they would just get rid of the tower and then go for the kills, and they are looking to do that.
There was an initiation, and there comes a save from behind, and the ulti will connect. Tsukimoto trying to control out onto that team fight, and
Ooh.
Dawnbreaker joins him from behind. They will be able to secure 2. Is it just gonna be enough? And I believe Hayden is looking out for an escape. He will not be able to escape, giving up his life away, but yeah, Fortune Soul
Yeah.
securing that big kill onto the Templar Assassin.
Yeah, I think the Desolator on Fortune Soul really, really doing a lot of damage towards the side of Reaper hashtag, especially when Starbreaker will apply to everyone in that AoE. And again, if you saw, I think Reaper hashtag did the best they can of what they have. They did get
Yeah.
those 2 kills, push the mid tower, but again, the only worry I have is how they're going to deal with this Viper. And if they find an answer to the Viper, if they're able to burst her down quickly, that she won't be effective in team fights, I think Reaper hashtag still have a chance, but until then, it's going to be really, really problematic playing against a Viper.
Another initiation right after that fight. I mean, Astral step into another Remnant, securing that easy kill. The Spirit Breaker goes back down for the next 40 seconds. Yet, if you, I don't know how closely audience saw the last team fight that happened onto the mid lane. Tsukimoto actually walked inside the Ether Remnant, saving from that Eul's combo, saving the Tiny from the Eul's combo, and which was quite interesting to see, because you don't get to see things like these where a support is just diving in, tanking out everything, and then making a whole difference, because you have that AoE kind of a stun when you charge in a linear line. So
Yeah.
that kind of thing happens, and it just went right on spot, and they were able to win those team fights. But again, I mean, it's one-on-one. One lose, one win. And again, there's gonna be a charge into the stun.
Oh,
White Spirit,
okay.
will he be able to escape? No, you won't. And the next turn could be of the Broodmother. There is a lot of stun coming out. Fortune Soul with the big time damage. Hayden secured that kill onto RDP, and now Hong Hong trying to escape away for his life. Leaps out. Still has 2 more leaps. Will there be more initiation
The
from
bash.
there? The bashes are going to be super annoying. And now there's going to be no more leaps. No Secret Arrow. They will be able to escape. They're trying to find someone into
Yeah.
the trees. Meanwhile, Spirit Breaker charges a little too deep behind the towers. Getting super slowed down, but no initiations coming as of now. Yeah. And Team Neon would want to back off. Decent fight taken out. They were able to secure 2 kills. One huge kill, which was with the White Spirit. And of course, I mean, Broodmother is nothing less. But no objectives recently made out from or focused by Team Neon. They still have to focus a little bit onto the objectives. Maybe, I mean, it's 25 minutes of... Yeah, we are in 25 minutes. At this point, I feel like... the respawn timer is not huge for them to be able to walk onto the tier 2s. But I would definitely
Yeah.
want to see either Neon fighting for that tier 1, or Reapers driving a fight onto the bottom lane and trying to win the fight and taking that bottom tower down, because the two tier 1s which are left right now, they are
Yeah.
very important for both of them, because
Yeah.
then the map will open up equally. But the advantage is kind of side onto the advantage is right now onto the side of the Radiant. Oh, all right. Meanwhile, mid lane there is going to be a catch at the Remnant into the arrow, and it is going to be an easy kill, picked up by Mr. RDP. And
Yeah.
for the next 44 seconds, Moto is going to go down. So yeah, I was saying Team Radiant has that advantage because it takes 7 seconds to TP on that outpost in the jungle, but it takes like 3 seconds to TP on the top lane. So I believe it is a little bit of an advantage for them to play around Rosh Pit. Meanwhile, mid tower being taken down pretty easily. Okay, Andrew comes in,
Oh.
looks out for that nose dive, but nobody was close enough there. So mid tower being taken down by Team Reapers. Do you think it is a comeback from them, Lama?
I'm not really sure it's a comeback right now. We can't really say anything much because again the bottom tier 2 was taken by the side of Neon. So it's a mid to the bottom tower exchange, which is not really ideal for the side of Neon, but then again it's two T2s that are down for, I mean it's one T2s that are down for both the teams, so it's pretty equal right now. Then again, it's really bad if Broodmother dies here though.
Yep, and I believe the Broodmother is gonna get caught. He's gonna get super low, but here comes Dawnbreaker. Will they be able to secure that kill? The BKB is still on. Toy, will they be able to kill them? No, Toy will be able to escape. It was right in time. And there's a buyback coming out from RDP as well. Not sure why RDP bought back there. I mean, there's no town portal scroll, and yeah, RDP will not be able to join back into the team fights. Maybe they want to fight onto that top tower. I'm not sure why the buyback was for, but yeah, let's see what happens next in the game.
Yeah, I think they were looking for a fight, but then again, they were taking so much damage from the side of Reaper hashtag that Broodmother's buyback didn't really mean anything over there. So it's not looking that good for Reaper hashtag now that Neon Esports have a clear 5k net worth advantage, and I think they'll be able to secure this top tower pretty easily with the Desolator coming in from Fortune Soul. So again, I don't think I really like the item of the Aghanim Scepter coming out from the side of Broodmother. Really effective against this high mobility heroes from the side of Neon. However, Barak does get caught off guard by a Madmaid, and they'll be able to secure a kill onto him pretty easily. And now they might all be looking to go towards the top, and they might be able to catch the players of Neon Esports walking back towards their base here.
Yeah, I mean, it was a decent fight being caught off there, and yeah, there's gonna be the Crystal Maiden being caught. Right click, it is gonna be easy. The Tiny has popped up the BKB. Will they be able to catch the Tiny? The charge comes in from behind, and there's going to be the ulti. The Force Staff is just not going to be enough. A double Force Staff comes in. They will be able to save the Void Spirit. The chase is still on. Baratram is going to get caught, and now next turn could be a Valky. Valky trying to escape away for his life, but the damage output from Team Reaper is just huge. And Viper now standing still does have that nosedive. Will he be able to land it? There's the Urn charge on him. The Vessel charge is just doing the magic. Andrew is still gonna stay rooted, and they will be able to secure 3. Next could be the Fortune Soul. Will the damage be enough? Yes, with that meld and the right click, they will be able to secure it. And now I can call it a comeback. This is a big comeback coming out from Team Reaper, and Rosh is up again. Will they be able to take this Rosh, or do they want to go to the high ground first? I believe they are walking onto the high ground. They are trying to be disciplined here. They would want to focus on the objectives. The meld damage, my goodness, hated. That's a lot.
They're able to secure some buybacks as well. Again, it's really, really good for them. So if not, they're gonna be able to secure these set of this tower and this set of racks. So either way, it's really, really good for Reaper hashtag. And I think you can say that this is a comeback now from a 5k net worth deficit to securing the mid tier 3 tower along with a set of racks is really, really ideal for the side of Reaper hashtag. Again, catching out this Crystal Maiden. Is there enough damage output? And the arrow will secure the kill.
Wow.
Oh.
Well, for a second, I actually thought, this Void Spirit is gonna die. I mean, he's just reinitiating into a tiny, but I mean, with the blink of an eye, he just went in, got that kill,
Mhm.
caught him from behind. Mirana came in, and boom, there you go. I mean, the ice is melted
Yeah.
again, and Crystal Maiden is down, and now they would instantly want to turn the game around. They would want to go for the pickup of Ages of Immortality, which is a super important item. What I have to see is who will be taking the Agnem Shard. I think it is good on to the Broodmother, if I'm not wrong. But okay, the Shard is still on to the Templar Assassin. Yeah, so
Yeah, and
Templar is just
again,
gonna take it. Okay.
yeah, Templar Assassin has the Melt Dispel as well, so it's gonna not be easy anymore for the Viper to deal with her because she'll be able to dispel most of the things other than the Viper strike. So it's gonna be much better for the tier right now. But again,
I think Rihanna is flying a little too much, but will be able to escape. Perfect timing on that Yule Scepter of Divinity. Meanwhile, Maid has secured the kill onto Hated. I think Hated is the most hated from Maid. Mad Maid is just going crazy this game. I think he has killed the Crystal Maiden, I don't know, I think 3 times at least in this game. And
yeah,
some defense mechanism that we might be able to see. Oh, the blink into the root from Andrew. The break is still gonna be there. They will be able to catch him. Oh, the toss in into the stun. Will they be able to get him? And here comes the Dawnbreaker. Will he be able to land that stun? Dawnbreaker jumps in, but the escape, oh, it's just not gonna be enough. The
oh,
tree came in from behind. Valky will be able to secure that kill onto Maid. And the next turn could be of Toy. There is gonna be a 3-man avalanche. The S popped up. A BKB. Valky is looking out for an escape, and the rest of the team is just retreating up onto the high ground. The nosedive comes in
huh?
from Andrew. He has also picked up Heaven's Halberd, which is quite a good item against
Yeah,
Toy as well as RDP. I mean, both of them are just right-click based heroes. And Team
yeah.
Neon is now being super patient here. There was a buyback from Maid as well in the last team fight, so we really have to see like what happens. Will they be able to take up onto the high ground? I mean, I really want them to just walk up and try and take it. Okay,
Yeah, I
Andrew
think they
jumps
might
in,
be able to
uses
do
for
that.
that. Yeah, uses for the disarm, and there's still more damage output coming out, and there's gonna be the catch onto this Viper, but they do not want to go on him. Spiderlings have
Yeah.
helped them taken the tier 3s of the top lane. The Hex comes in, and there's gonna be the initiation. Is it gonna be enough? Horseshoe Soul jumps into the team fight. There's gonna be Hated as well, putting out that damage. And Templar Assassin has been left all
Oh,
alone into the air, and the Hammer is just gonna do the work. Hated is gonna get caught, and now next turn could be a Viper. Gets that spare vessel charge. Will he be able to escape? Andrew stealing a lot of spell steal. Reaper pops up the BKB, trying to escape away. Dawnbreaker getting hexed out, but Hated comes in from the other side, and there's gonna be the nosedive into the ulti. Will they be able to catch the Templar? My goodness! The fight is still on. There's gonna be a lot of stun. There's gonna be a disarm, and Valky throws the Broodmother back in. There's gonna be the break. The right clicks, are they gonna be enough? The Hex comes out onto the other side. Gondra is trying to escape away for his life, and it could be RDP. RDP is gonna go down. The right clicks are just gonna be enough. Meanwhile, into the trees, Gondra is also gonna go down. The chase was all over the map, and Team Neon has made another comeback. My god, how are these guys still winning the fights?
yeah, I mean, I think ideally it comes down to their positioning and how they are able to use their spells really, really well. I think, especially the Viper and the Dawnbreaker, they position themselves in a really, really good spot, and the amount of armor reduction that this character has, Fortune Soul has right now, with the Desolator and the Assault Cuirass on his side, is quite a bit for Reaper hashtag to deal with easily. And again, man, these roots coming in from the Broodmother at every cross section that Fortune Soul walks by, I think it's pretty annoying to deal with. But again, after winning that team fight on their high ground, they will be able to secure the tier 2 in the mid lane. And maybe even try to get the get this tier 2 in the top lane as well. But again, both these teams putting out their best shows right now. We'll have to just wait and watch, see what happens, how the game carries on from here, and may the better team win.
Yeah, and we can keep an eye on the graph right now. Oh my god, man, this graph is just all over the place. I mean, it is a super annoying graph. to watch. You know, you see win probability now on the side of, they're still on the side of Reaper. But let's see. I mean, what happens? And there comes a Moonlight Shadow. They want to look out for an initiation onto Valky. Gondrai, it was a little close. And okay, there's gonna be the initiation. Will the burst damage be enough? The arrow is also gonna connect. The right clicks are just gonna be enough to be able to secure that kill onto Tiny. And Valky is gonna go down for a minute. Enru is still getting chased down. Gondrai trying to give out anything that he can. And there is gonna be the Hex, Yield Scepter of Divinity used on himself. A little bit of a mistake, and here comes the stun. But the BKB, oh no, he got disarmed. The right click damage is just gonna be enough. Will they be able to secure the kill? Contra is gonna go down. Andrew could be the next one, and yes, he's gonna go down. Fortune Soul is looking out for an escape. The silence of Tsukimoto. Hated comes in. The damage output is just gonna be big, and Hated will not be able to survive. And another Hex onto Tsukimoto, and now he just has to stand and wait for his life to be gone down. And now, Tsukimoto is also gonna get slayed. Everyone is down. A buyback coming in from Viper. Team Neon would want to try hard and defend the set of racks. Andrew has come back to the game, and yes, there's gonna be the catch with the 4-step. Is it gonna be enough? The invisibility as well. They do have a silver edge, and the catch onto this Viper. The initiation again. He has popped up the Ethereal Shroud, but will it be enough? The damage output? No. Oh, the Yield Scepter of Divinity. Will he be able to escape the Astral Step? No, it's not gonna work out. Fortune Soul has secured the kill. Valky comes in. He'll be able to toss out. And yes, Toy is gonna go down. Will they be able to get... Oh my god, that stun! Oh my goodness, that is the luckiest stun I have ever seen all my life. And yes, they will be able to get Mirana as well in the bag. It is gonna be a 3-man down for the side of Team Reaper. Oh, I believe Team Reaper, they have to respect the respawns coming out from Team Neon. If the mistakes keep happening on and on, I mean, there's still a big potential for a comeback from the side of Team Neon. And like we all know, Llama, these guys are crazy in terms of coming back in the game.
Yeah, definitely. We've seen them come back into the game quite a bit of times. And again, there is a potential for them to come back. But again, being 2 lanes with their racks missing, it's going to be really, really hard. But again, Fortune Soul does have that Desolator with 20 stacks and does quite a bit of damage to these towers. Yeah, if you look at it, they're taking them down like it's nothing, and they're going back into the mid tower now, and the shard on the Viper will help in getting these towers down even quicker. So you have to just see how the Reaper hashtag will reply to this push coming in from the side of Neon.
Yep. And I mean, definitely, if you leave the Tiny in the late game, oh no, Tiny is gonna jump in, trying to turn around the fight, and the damage output is just gonna be big enough. The charge, the multiple stun, my goodness, both of them are just gonna go down. They will not be able to save anybody there. And yes, Mirana is gonna go down. Instant buyback coming in from Gondrai. And they are still looking out to defend the top, defend the base and the tier 3s, but I mean, it is quite hard on Team Reaper. And again, you know, Valky has picked up that Tiny. And Tiny, the physical damage, 483 plus 59. My god, man. It is so hard. He has around 500 damage. I think 530 damage, 540 damage. It's insane. Yeah. 540 damage on, you know, on a racks on a building. My god, I think it's just 3 hits. Meanwhile, Tsukimoto gets a little close. Oh, looks out for the ulti, but is gonna get caught. Valky is gonna try and turn it around, but the escape possibility is still gonna be there. Fortune Soul also pops up the BKB alongside Tiny, and now Valky is looking out for that escape. But the chase is still gonna be on. Yes, there's gonna be the slow into the silence, the pullback with the Ether Remnant, and Valky is gonna get punished for that initiation that came out from Team Neon. Oh, and is this the third rush? This is the third rush of the game, and they have a refresher shard as well.
Again, I think that, you know, Tiny getting out. Whoa, wait, why is Viper's going in onto this?
Viper has gone in, and there's a charge coming out as well. Will they be able to secure anyone?
A buyback.
Maid has got the kill, and yeah, there was a buyback. The Valky has bought back into the game. They would want to contest this rush. Rush is going to be super low. Viper has to back up a little, and again, Vara charging. Oh no, they will be able to catch him this time, and I believe Vara is instantly going to go down. There's going to be no save. Maid comes a little close. Another buyback. Do they really want to contest this?
It
I
looks
believe it's
like
going to
it.
be quite hard. I mean, it's
Yeah,
super
I think
hard
they
if
just back
you
off.
go in. Yeah, I mean, at this point, I don't think you should contest the Ages of Immortality. You're going to lose that high ground advantage that you have. I mean, they're already off buybacks. So
Yeah.
let's see. I think this could be the last team fight if Team Neon loses it, because I don't see any buybacks from their side. There's only the Fortune Soul who has a buyback, but will Fortune Soul be
Uh-oh.
enough against the four of them? I don't think so.
It does. It's not look good for the side of Neon Esports right now because they are going to be forced into their high ground right here as the Reaper hashtag get control of more and more of the side of Neon. It's going to get harder and harder for Fortune Soul to even find the farm that he needs. Although he has pretty good items right now, he has the VKB, the AC, and the Desolator, uh, and the Basher as well. I think he'll be looking forward to Abyssal as well right now, and he's not going to be finding a lot of farm coming out from this 42-minute mark, because again, having the Roche on the side of Reaper hashtag and having this potential to push towers really quickly with the Brood Mother and the TA with the Desolator, I think they might be able to secure the bottom tier 3 with the set of racks without much difficulty over here, unless they are caught off guard by this 5-man smoke coming in from the side of Neon Esports.
And there's gonna be the initiation into the stuns. Tiny throwing
my.
out that damage, and no! They have taken away 2 lives. There's gonna be the refresher orb being popped up as well. Made trying to escape away for his life. He's gonna stay stunned forever. The damage output is just gonna be so huge. My god! Valky with the tree throws and the stunts coming out from Fortune Soul with the right click damage of that Starbreaker. They
Yeah.
just bursted out 2 of them and also took away the Ages of Immortality there. Oh, another catch. Tiny is gonna get caught. But the reinitiation comes out. There is a blink dagger. Will we be able to see an initiation? Oh yeah, the charge is still on to this Brood Mother. You're gonna get caught. Is it gonna be enough? The Hex is still on cooldown. The damage output again from those 3 throws is insane. And they will be able to secure another kill in their bag.
Yeah.
3-man down for the side of Team Reaper. A double damage pickup coming up from the Templar Assassin. If you look at the itemization as well, Templar has a Swift Blink. Desolator has picked up a Silver Edge early on into the game with the BKB alongside the Hurricane Pike. So I think a decent itemization, but they are just not able to win the team fights. And look at that. Look at that. They are all in.
Look at the damage. That damage from Tiny. Holy. He just took half the HP from that.
I think it's quite insane. I mean, this guy is just not balanced or something. I mean, we need to talk to Valve about this, man. How somebody can have like this type of damage without a divine rapier? I mean, he hits like a truck.
Yeah, and again, I think if we look at the graph, okay, like to ask you this, okay? When do you stop calling a comeback a comeback? Like, how many times do both teams have to come back for it not to be considered a comeback anymore?
Look at that graph. My god.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I mean, both the sides are. I mean, they're. No wonder, man, why we are in the finals. I mean, you have to believe in this. That this is how a final should look like, and they both are the contenders of the finals. And okay, here comes the Moonlight. Toy shows up on the map a little there. Tsukimoto still stays up. Okay, no initiations coming out as of now, and no sights from the side of Team Radiant. Okay, there's gonna be a cast, the root, and the damage perfectly landed. The Starbreaker with those hammer-ons. My god. How in the world will you survive? I think there's only Eon Disc that can save the life of these guys now.
But I think it's a little bit too late for that. And I mean, I think Void Spirit going for a Lincoln's is not a bad idea as well. And I think he has queued it up. But then again, isn't it a little too late? Right now, the potential for Neon Esports to just hit these towers down, especially the damage output coming in from this Tiny, who has the Echo Saber and the Overwhelming Blink, along with the Desolator debuff coming onto the towers from the Dawnbreaker and the debuff coming in from Enru with the shard that he has. It's gonna be really hard for Reaper hashtag to defend, especially with their void being disabled for the next 35 seconds. Who's gonna be not coming back? I don't think he'll be buying back right now. It's not really an important fight that he needs to be there for. Then again, looks like Neon Esports don't want to engage the high ground for some reason. Do
Yeah,
they
I
want
mean,
to
I
secure
think
a
there's
Roshan?
patience waiting. Okay, there is gonna be the initiation. The force staff will be able to save the life for the Templar Assassin for a little bit there. And RDP trying to escape away. He is broken. The rest of the team Neon, they're trying to escape
Oh
away.
no.
And the Templar Assassin has turned the game around. There's gonna be the root onto the Viper. Okay, there's gonna be a good catch. Hayden pops up the BKB looking out for an escape, and so will Tiny. Does have a TP.
Yeah.
And another 2 men down for Team Neon.
Eh.
Guys, okay, do I have any other word than come back? I think I need to look up a dictionary for whatever is happening in this game. Every single time somebody tries to go onto the high ground, there's some sort of comeback in this graph. My god. It just completely looks
Yeah.
like a disastrous life of me in the school. I mean, this is exactly how my grades look like, you know? So,
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, this is insane, man. Like, the
Yeah,
amount of damage output coming out from both of them is just quite insane.
Yeah, this game is more volatile than the entire crypto market right now. And if we look at how Reaper hashtag is pushing right now, it's gonna be really hard for Neon. If they don't buy back, I think they're gonna be giving up this tower really, really easily. Although the towers, although the creeps are pushed, they're pushing into the T4s from the side of Neon Esports. The damage output coming in from this TA and the Broodling, I mean, Spiderlings is enough to probably take this entire tower down. And it does fall inevitably. The mid lane is pushed, so all the creeps are there. There's no backdoor protection for the racks, and they are gonna fall. Yeah.
But remember, there's like this is not the last Rax. There's still another
Yeah,
range
there
Rax
is.
on top. But there isn't the
Oh.
initiation coming out. Valky throwing out the trees. Is it just gonna be enough? Will they be able to escape? Toy, look at that output coming out from Valky, but the escape is gonna be there. Will the chase be there? No, they seem a little confused, and the cheese has been in. They have eaten the cheese. They would want to make a comeback. And they would want to go in. The stun and the right clicks are just enough. Hayden coming in from behind with that freezing field. Is it worth it? Toy, will he be able to escape? Uses the Hurricane Pike. And yes, the damage output again is going to be there. Will they be able to get him? Yes, they will. The stun into the right clicks. The refraction is not going to work out against that Viper. Next could be the Maid. Maid is looking out for an escape and will be able to escape. Team Neon,
Yeah.
they did not let these guys take the last milli racks, which was left onto the bottom side of their base. Very well played one more time. And we are stuck again in the equilibrium of the Dota happening forever. This is the defense of the Ancient.
Yeah. And again, if you look at the tower HP, it's both these racks are surviving at barely any HP, and like just a breeze from the side of Reaper hashtag will take both these racks down. But then again, man, I think these this Broodmother having this spinner snare is causing quite a bit of problems to the side of Neon Esports, because they keep repeatedly getting rooted by it, and it's causing a lot of problems, especially for the Bara, who depends on his mobility, and so do heroes like Fortune Soul and Valky, who are on the Dawnbreaker and the Tiny. They also depend on mobility quite a bit, and getting ensnared like this, getting rooted for such a long time, not really ideal for them. And the amount of these webs that he's able to throw, the snares that RDP is able to throw down onto the map, I think it causes quite a bit of problems for the side of Neon Esports, and they do have to secure this next Roshan if they want to try and push the high ground. Otherwise, it's going to be another disaster coming out from the side of Neon Esports. Again, we'll have to wait and watch. It's still going to be quite a while, 53 seconds for Roshan to spawn, and all the team members from the side of Reaper hashtag will be up by then, so they will be able to contest the Roshan. But in the end, which team secures this Rosh might be able to secure the game for themselves as well. And as the time counts down to 30 seconds, we'll have to wait and watch as what will happen.
Oh yeah, there's an initiation coming out on the Tiny. They will be able to catch him. The ulti from Dawnbreaker, will they be able to get him? Okay, the output damage is just going to be huge, but I believe Team Reaper will be
Nobody
able to
falls.
escape out from this team fight. Yep, and there's going to be re-initiation right after making them throw their spells. They will be able to get down Hatred. And next could be the Viper. Yes, Enru, you're going to get caught. And into the arrow, the output damage from Fortune Soul. He jumps in, gets
Oh
hexed.
no, he's gonna
He
get
does have
caught.
a BKB. He has to pop that BKB. Is it gonna be enough? The rush is up again. Fortune Soul comes in. There are multiple buybacks. They're trying to tune it back into the fight. There comes the Baratham looking up for the charge. The charge, is it gonna be enough? Tsukimoto goes a little too deep in. Let's see if there's gonna be another initiation. Yes, there's gonna be an initiation. The Hex in the stun of the Panda Edge. The right click damage is just gonna be enough. And they will be able to get that one kill. Next could be Andrew, gets invisible, does have that. Assault Curas, it's just not gonna be enough. Valky comes in back into the team fight. There's gonna be multiple tosses as well. But Team Reaper will be able to take him down. Fortune Soul comes back into the fight. Will he be able to get him? He's looking out for an escape. There's gonna be the Yule Scepter of Divinity. They will be able to catch him. A pullback. And here comes Valky from behind the tree wall. The output damage, the toss. And yes, they will be able to get the TA. The TA, he's gonna come back. He's gonna buy back. Made is looking out for an escape. Is it gonna be enough? Fortune Soul is also gonna go down. And no, the Force Staff is just not gonna be enough. Valky will be able to secure a triple. Meanwhile, Koi has also bought back into the game. But there are creeps pushing in. Team Reaper, he had to force another buyback coming up from Mirana. He had to buy back. And Toy needs to fix the lanes. But we also have to look at this. The fourth rush is right back in time and the graph is going crazy just like how I am.
Okay, this game is going into the 52-minute mark, and I think Toy will be able to secure this Roshan pretty easily if Valky does not respond to him in time, and I don't think he will be able to as well. They do know that the rush is happening. Valky will be looking to go towards that direction, but will Toy be able to get the Roshan before the Tiny is here? And I think the Mirana is the only one who is able to secure this for the side of Reaper hashtag, but then again,
Tiny, is he gonna jump in? He jumps in! Will he be able to steal it? There's gonna be a lot of silence onto this Tiny, the right clicks. Okay, Valky? Who gets it? The toss is still there. There's gonna be the Yule Scepter of Divinity on one. The toss comes in again, and who steals it? Valky has stolen it! He's gonna get hexed, he's gonna go down. Does he have a buyback though? He is gonna go down. I believe Valky doesn't have a buyback.
The blink out!
He blinks out and he TPs out with the BKB. He has stolen the Aegis of Immortality, cutting out any ideas from Team Reapers to be able to push onto that high ground, back to the defense, and the game is still on.
Yeah, definitely. If you look at the net worth chart right now, it is showing towards 7k net worth lead towards the side of Reaper hashtag. But then again, if you look at just solely the game right now, I think both teams are quite a bit on the even side here. Although Reaper hashtag do have that slight advantage of that extra gold coming in for them. And there is a buyback only on the Void Spirit and the Bara. So again, if it comes down to buyback game, both these teams do not have a lot of buybacks, and it's going to be really hard. I think it's going to be a waiting game from here on, since that Aegis was not used for anything. It was just a denial coming out from the side of Neon Esports. The only thing it does is buys more time for Neon Esports to catch up to Reaper hashtag, and we'll have to again wait and see what this game goes on from here. Because again, as once it hits that 60 minutes mark, the items are going to be insane. The 60-minute items come into play, and it's going to be interesting to see what each team gets and how they will be able to work out this high ground push, because I think both teams...
Sorry to cut you off. Made is gonna get caught and instantly gonna get deleted. There is an instant buyback. That's an instant buyback coming out from Made. He is not gonna stop. Oh, is there a charge? Okay, no, they will not be able to get him. Oh, they might be able to get him. Broodmother. Okay, they're trying to turn it around. There's gonna be a stun. The rest of the team is joining. There is the arrow being connected onto one Tiny. Might end up going down. Fortune Soul comes in. Valky throws out the trees. The stun is gonna be there. The Solar Guardian is gonna come in, and this is gonna be the TA is gonna go down.
Oh,
he's looking out for an escape. Will they be able to get him? RTP. again. Oh yes, there's gonna be the
That's
charge.
a dieback.
Sukimoto joins in. Made. This is gonna be a dieback. Will they be able to find anyone more? I believe not, but they will be able to find onto the high ground. They would want to walk onto the high ground. And let me tell you guys, there is only
That's pretty much
one
GG.
buyback in the game. Only Sukimoto has the buyback. Will they be able to defend a 3 versus 5? I think Team
No.
Neon would want to walk down to the base. Yes, they are looking out to
Yeah.
end the game. There's gonna be a stun. The Hex comes in onto the Broodmother. There is gonna be a new Scepter of Divinity. The 3 throw from behind the damage output. It is just gonna be enough. And yes, they will be able to take down one. The toss onto the second one. Undying is also gonna go down. The team they are patiently waiting. They're still not calling GG. Mirana is the last one who's gonna go down. And yes, Team Neon again. They have
Wow.
made an impossible comeback. I have
Yeah.
no freaking idea how has this happened. What in the world? How can these guys look so relaxed on those cameras? How in the world? But congratulations to Team Neon Esports on taking up the second game in Sky Esports
Yeah.
Championship 4.0. My god, Lama, there is so much to talk about this one game. I am
Yeah.
so impressed. Look at that scoreboard. All to you, Lama. You have all the time to talk now.
Yeah, I mean, I think Fortune Soul played really, really well on this Dawnbreaker, and the itemization that he has gone for is really, really solid. The Assault Curas, the Overwhelming Blink, the Abyssal, the Deso, and the BKB all providing a lot of damage. And with that Starbreaker, he had a lot of AoE damage, and I don't think Reaper hashtag really knew how an answer for that, especially going into the later stages of the game. And both these teams went head to head. They bumped into each other quite a bit, going up and down, up and down. If you saw the graphs, it was pretty mad because there was no clear winner until the end of the game. Because
Yep.
even the last Roshan, the battle was just for denying it, and both the teams were not able to make use of that aegis as well. So yeah, coming down to the team plays, I think Neon Esports played slightly better when it came to team fights, but again, hashtag Reaper did their best as well. And if you look at the amount of damage coming in from individual heroes, if we look at Toy, he did do a lot of damage, and the Dawnbreaker again having that AoE damage was able to do quite a bit of damage. But I think again, Toy did more damage, even though by 1,000 he did more damage than the Dawnbreaker. Again, coming down to building damage, Toy was able to do a lot more. So I think Neon Esports just played it slightly better than hashtag Reaper in this game, and the stats show that as well, because both teams went really, really well until the ending of the game. So yeah, well played by both teams.
Yeah, and there's something that I really want to talk about. I saw, how the net worth just went up and down, and you see, I mean, until the end of the game, what Lama has just mentioned, how it has actually been. But there's something that I really want to talk about. I saw Hated jump into the team fights, pulling out that BKB, popping it up, and then
Yeah.
he's just distracting the whole team fight. There are like some super important spells, like the early Yule Scepter for the initiation, which is coming out from Voice Spirit, got used multiple times, and he had to pop his BKB just because the rest of the team is just jumping on you. And then what actually happens is when you get later into the game, the BKB is like what 5 seconds, and then they have like a huge
Yeah.
burst damage. Team Neon was really overwhelming in terms of the damage. And with that, let's just see the MVP first, and I'll talk about it in a while. So the MVP for the game is going to be Fortune Soul. Well, I mean, I,
Hmm.
I would agree to that. The ulti is coming out from Fortune Soul with the
Yeah.
extra range and the extra AOE of of the ulti of Dawnbreaker. It was just insane. Like, I think it
Yeah.
was one of the best carries I have seen in this tournament. I mean, I wasn't really expecting a Dawnbreaker to carry the game this way. What do you feel about it, Lama?
Yeah, I mean, again, if you saw the early game, the Dawnbreaker was not able to do quite as much as the TA was, even though the TA lacked the farm that Dawnbreaker had. But as we went on into the later stage of the game, once Dawnbreaker was able to secure that Assault Cuirass into that Desolator and getting that overwhelming blink, he was able to do quite a bit more compared to the TA, because Dawnbreaker again is a hero that has a lot of AoE damage and a lot of critical damage coming out from her. And not just that, she is able to get into a team fight from anywhere on the map. So when it comes down to barely looking at how both these heroes have to play, Toy has to be around his teammates most of the time when they are looking for a team fight. Whereas when it comes to Dawnbreaker, he can be sitting away from the entire map, like entire team. He can just be farming whatever he wants, how much ever he wants. And whenever there's a team fight initiated from his team and the team needs his help, he just uses his ultimate to get to that point. So I think when it comes down to that, Fortune Soul had a much better farming game. He was able to secure more items. So I think that's the main reason that Dawnbreaker was able to be so effective in this game, and they were able to secure a win in the end.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, Team Neon, they have just performed well alongside their whole draft and their whole gameplay and the team play that did came out from them. Well, guys, we are gonna take a short break. The action has still not ended yet. We still have 3 more games to go. I mean, it could be the next game or it could be 3 more games. We have to find out. Do not go anywhere. We'll be back right after a short break.
what I want. This is what I want. What I want. This is what I want. That thing, that bling, that thing that makes me cool like crazy. Makes me cool like crazy. Makes me cool like crazy. Let me break it down. It's a material world. Show me what you got. I hope you came prepared right there. If you give me the thing that I want, wanna get that thing, that thing, that edge that makes me cool like crazy. That vibe inside, that's lit. No if, no buts, no maybes. It's what I want. This is what I want. This is what I want. What I want. This is what I want. That thing, that thing, that thing that makes me cool like crazy.
लोग कहे ये सब उन्हें लगता है लेम गेमिंग और करियर नॉट जस्ट द सेम ई स्पोर्ट्स को टाइम देना टाइम का वेस्ट कैसे मैं करता सारी उम्मीदों को फेल
गेमिंग इज अ वेस्ट ऑफ टाइम ये सब जी गए दिन की बातें हो गई हैं। अब फैंस की बारी है फेम कमाने की। सिर्फ फैन क्लैश में आप यूज कर सकते हैं अपना गेमिंग नॉलेज फेम और पैसे अर्न करने के लिए, क्योंकि यहाँ फैंस है असली हीरो।
Fanclash is Asia's largest esports fantasy platform. Select your favorite players, make your own fantasy team, and win up to rupees 1 lakh daily. Download the Fanclash app now.
All right, guys, this is Odog, and with me I have Lama. Welcome back to Sky Esports Championship 4.0, powered by AMD, Fanclash, and Logitech. We are in phase 2. This is Team Neon Esports versus Team #Reapers. To all the lovely viewers who have recently joined, let me tell you what has happened. Neon, the comeback kings, have came back twice consistently. Even in game number 1, there were a few fights, Lama, if I'm not wrong. And in game number 2, it just until the end we did not
Yeah.
know. We just did not know
Yeah.
who was gonna win. So I
Yeah.
mean, definitely an enjoyable game to watch. But Lama, do you want to see a comeback, or do you want Neon Esports now you can finish it? Well, what is your opinion about it?
I mean, see, obviously, Neon Esports are a really strong team. They have proved themselves not just here but in the other tournaments as well. So it looks like they could take the third game. But then again, when it comes down to us casters and us viewers, we'd always love to see a game 5. So for that reason alone, I want Reaper hashtag to win the next 2 games and go into that final deciding match of game 5, where you can see the best come out from both the teams. Whereas right now, Neon Esports are in a comfortable position with a 2-0 lead over Reaper hashtag. And as we go into the draft, I'll talk more into that. We go into the drafting stage, and again, Neon Esports will be in a much comfortable position with their early lead, winning 2 games already. Whereas #Reaper, on the other hand, will be against a wall, backed up, and that is when they are the scariest. And it's going to
Mhm.
be interesting to see how #Reaper will come out in this game, and let's see how the drafting phase goes, if they'll be able to get a really good draft for themselves or not.
Yeah, and I mean, if we are moving actually towards like more number of matches, I at least want to see one game with Invoker on this professional stage. Please, I love watching those kind of games. But okay, let me take you back to the draft. There is a little bit of a bug, guys. If you guys are watching this on your screens, it is showing that the 2 games have been won by #Reaper. Well, the last 2 games were won by Neon Esports. So they're just one game away from winning the championship, whereas there's still some time for #Reaper to be able to get back into the game. I mean, they still have 3 games. They have to come back in the next 3 games, and they have to win 3 consecutive games to be able to come back in the game. Do you think Tusk again? Tiny? Okay.
There,
Okay, yeah.
there's your
Crystal into Tusk
answer.
and Brood Mother into the Mirana. Okay, we're going with the
Yeah,
last game shenanigans. Even though Tiny has been banned out, and of course, Team Neon has taken out the Amber Spirit. They do not want to play against it. Um,
yeah.
see? They are still going with a similar kind of a draft. So, do you think? What do you think? What is that? X factor that hashtags are missing from winning this game?
I think it's just how they are playing. I think they are lacking a bit of team coordination when it comes to these team fights, and I think Neon Esports are getting a slight edge over them in that factor. And other than that, I think #Reaper have been playing really, really good, and we have seen them
Yeah,
show early dominance in the early game. But when it goes into that later stage of the game, somehow Neon Esports are able to get the momentum towards their side. And I think in the first
right.
game it was the Enigma doing that, and in the second game I think it was the Dawnbreaker doing that, and we saw them both come up as MVPs for their individual games. And I think only if Reaper are able to control their momentum, are able to focus more on objectives. And if we saw the previous game, I think Reaper lacked a bit when it came to focusing on their objectives, converting
Yeah.
fights into pushing towers, converting fights into taking the Roshan. And if they focus slightly more on that aspect, I think they'll be doing much better than Neon Esports. And Neon Esports are, I think, should try to get this early game momentum, which they haven't gotten for the last two games, where they have been quite a bit behind Reaper but they were able to squeeze their way back into victory. So I think both teams doing really, really well. But coming down to what each individual teams are supposed to do, Neon Esports getting that early momentum, and Reaper just holding their early momentum that they're able to catch against Neon Esports.
I mean, even though, in some games, Team Neon Esports, even though they're not able to catch up onto the early momentum, have seen Team Neon Esports coming back every single game. I mean, they would lose a couple of fights in the early game, and then they'll just come back. Somehow they'll just come back. And this is exactly why I love Dota so much. Until the game ends, there is still a potential chance for the other team to be able to win the game. So
Mm.
that is something that we got to see in the last game. I mean, hashtag Reapers, they just did not give up. They did not call GG. They stood still. They fought until the 3 versus 5 scenario that happened, and they just went with it. And that is something that I really liked about how they have played this game. So it was
Mhm.
quite an interesting game to watch in the last one. But yeah, I mean, taking you back to the draft, guys, we have Lena, Tiny, Marcy, Bara, and a Viper band coming out from hashtags. And okay, this time
Oh,
a Bloodseeker pickup coming in from Team Neon. So Pangolier is gonna be out, I believe.
yeah,
But if hashtags pick up Pangolier, then I mean they're just super confident about it. But
yeah.
you never know. You never know. But Neon has respected the ban, the TA. They do not want the toy to pick up a TA again. It did
Mhm.
get a little annoying. In this game, Undying is out as well, so yeah, there's gonna be no zombies. But I
Yeah.
would definitely wanna see some change in the mid of team hashtag. I mean, I want to see some kind of dominance coming in from there to be able to fix onto the side lanes, even if even if you lose the mid lane sometimes. I think this is how the mid lane mechanism works, that you can always move down to the side lanes and you can make that
Yeah.
comeback happen. You can still
Yeah.
equalize out yourself and the team by just helping out onto the side lanes, because you are on an advantage in terms of levels. So the
Yeah.
shared experience comes in onto the other sides. But then here, I mean, we talk about
Ooh.
a solo experience. So a Medusa pickup from hashtag Reapers. I am assuming if the Bloodseeker can be put down onto the offlane and mid lane, then SF could be one of the best pickups against the Medusa.
Yeah, I think it's really good. But then again, I think Bloodseeker mainly coming out from Neon Esports is to counter that Broodmother again.
Yeah.
Broodmother is, as we saw in the last game, a really, really mobile hero. And even with Bara, the Tiny, and the Dawnbreaker, they had quite a bit of struggle in catching the Broodmother because she's able to squeeze her way away from the entire team. So I think
Oh,
Broodmother will be able. Okay, that's a really good pick. I think the Bloodseeker will be able to keep the Broodmother in control, especially with the rupture being on the Broodmother. It's going to be really, really hard to keep her in control. Whereas on the side of Neon Esports, we see an anti-mage come out to counter the Medusa. And
yeah.
as this draft keeps going, it looks worse and worse for the side of Reaper hashtag, because we have seen a game before where Medusa went up against the last pick anti-mage who played in the off lane and was still able to dominate the Medusa just because of that mana break, which is so devastating for a hero like Medusa who is highly dependent on her mana. And I think Reaper hashtag not banning out the anti-mage will actually cause them problems as the game carries on, because the anti-mage is going to be really annoying to deal with, especially with the blinks that he has. He's going to be jumping around everywhere. It's going to be hard for the clockwork to catch him, and even if he does, he'll be able to counter spell and maybe even get a blink off as well. So we'll have to wait and watch how that works out. But Medusa will definitely be having a hard time, especially with the rupture and the mana break from the anti-mage and the bloodseeker. So yeah, I think right now, looking solely at this draft phase and these four heroes from both the teams, I think Neon Esports definitely looks solid right here. What do you think about it?
Yeah, I mean, the last pick, the anti-mage pick, I mean, has been. I mean, I was thinking about it, but I was not too sure. I mean, they definitely have like two more cores to pick up, but then I was like, if they put Bloodseeker onto the mid lane, or they put Bloodseeker onto, I mean, off lane is gonna be very greedy Bloodseeker. I don't know how it's gonna go, but I mean, they can definitely do it. And they've banned out Concuss, so they're basically banning out anything that can counter anti-mage other than Clockwork because it has already been picked up.
Yeah.
So picking up anti-mage and banning out all the counters for anti-mage, I believe this anti-mage either it's going to be mid or the safe lane, of course. So I am considering an off lane Bloodseeker. Okay, here comes a Mars. They are trying to do that AoE thing, the wombo combo. I mean, it's not big of a combo, but still. And just to counter that Mars,
Oh,
here comes the Batrider. So okay, I believe
yeah.
the Batrider's mid. Yeah, okay. The Batrider is gonna be mid. Andrew will be playing safe lane this time. And I think Fortune Soul will be playing off lane if I'm not wrong. But let's see. Let's see. I mean, I cannot
I
say
don't
anything. There
think
could
so.
be a swap.
No, I
Do you think?
definitely think it's going to be an offlane anti-mage, because we have seen that before. Rushing that Vanguard makes anti-mage super tanky, and not
Yeah.
he already has an entire passive that is especially for magic damage reduction. So all he has to build is that Vanguard, and he's going to be fine.
Well, yeah, I mean, that is something that we have to find out, and that is something that you guys can find out as well. So do not forget to download the fantasy app of Fanclash. You can win a huge amount of prizes, and you can go ahead and make a fantasy team of your best. And you will also have, help coming out from the AI of the fantasy league, so you can make up predictions, and with all the knowledge, you can win a lot of money with the fantasy points. So please go ahead and download the app, join the fantasy league, and show us what you have got. You can also you can have a lot of meet and greet, and fantasy, like Fanclash has been here for a long time, and they have had the back of us for a long time. So I'm super thankful for
Yeah.
Fanclash for sponsoring this event. Meanwhile, we can see a few smiling faces coming out from both the teams. I believe both the teams are ready for game number 3. I would not say it's the last game, because I would never want to. A gamer can never say one last game, so this could not be the one last game. We can keep going, but I would want to introduce you to all the heroes and the players. So we have Fortune Soul, who is playing a Bloodseeker, Valky on the Batrider, Andrew on Anti-Mage, Hayden will be playing Crystal Maiden, Tsukimoto on that Tusk. Hong Hong will be playing the Mirana for the side of Team Reaper. Gondrai is on Clockwork. Maid will be playing Mars RDP yet again on the Broodmother. And Toy, last but not the least, we have a Medusa coming out. Well, I mean, Llama has said
Yeah.
it is going to be an off-lane anti-mage, so that is something that I have to
Yeah.
see. I mean, he has queued a Ring of Health. I am assuming it could be off-lane. Okay. Toy is
Oh.
gonna get caught. There comes the silence. I think the amount of damage is gonna be enough, and there's gonna be the first blood being secured, and Tsukimoto will be able to back up. Gone dry. Few last hits, okay, burning down slowly, but we'll be able to escape. And yeah, some advantage for
Yeah.
Sir Valky there. I think he will be able to get a bottle charge, and okay, ward has been taken down as well. That's some
And
efficiency there.
I think it's definitely going to be on the side on the side of Neon Esports. Anti-Mage is definitely going to be off lane. That ring is
Oh.
obviously for the Vanguard. And yeah,
Both
it's
the
I think
wards.
people underestimate it. Both the wards have been
Lama.
taken down. That's really
Yeah,
bad.
both the wards. And this is like this could be one of the worst feeling from a
Oh,
support. Both the
oh
wards
no.
have been taken out. This is yeah, it is quite annoying. All right, yeah, we can see Anti-Mage walking down onto the bottom lane. Meanwhile, mid lane it's gonna be Made versus Valky again. Um, Mid Mars,
Yeah.
Mid Mars. What do you feel about it? I think it's quite good. It's okay.
Yeah, it's definitely good. I mean, going against a hero like Bat Rider, I think Madmaid will struggle quite a bit there. But again, it depends on his rotations. It does not come down to killing the Bat Rider solo, because it doesn't really matter that much. But if he's able to get that arena really quickly, and if he's able to go to either of the top or the bottom lane and secure kills and get farm for the Medusa that is necessary, I think he'll be doing pretty well. But on the other, but if you look, Valky will definitely have this early game advantage where he just stacks these napalms and he'll be able to get immense amount of damage onto the Mars. And if you look at the last hits as well, I think it's proving really good for the side of Valky. So I think it's pretty one-sided during the laning stage, but we'll have to see what happens when it comes to that 6-minute mark, and if rotations are made from either supports or the mid laners themselves and secure kills in the other lanes.
Oh, bottom
It
lane,
comes
there could be
down
another
basically to that.
kill. And Toy is looking out for an escape, but will the right clicks be enough? Oh, he gets inside the tower protection, so will not be able to secure the kill. But that was a little too close. Okay, 8 more
Yeah.
seconds for the ice shards, and he has not leveled up the second spell onto the Tusk. So Tsukimoto still waiting on picking up the next spell that he needs. And this is something that I really love about these high-level players. And so they play the game very situationally, and they do not follow the books. And
Yeah.
that's how they would go with they just do the go with the flow kind of a thing for the game.
Yeah.
And I mean that is the right thing to do, of course. I mean Dota is a very situation. Meanwhile, on the top lane, there's gonna be a root RDP going closer to Mr. Fortune Soul. The right clicks, okay, he'll be able to escape with that good movement. I was able to get out of it. Meanwhile, onto the bottom lane, there's some action
Toy.
going on. The right clicks onto the Toy, and yes, Toy is gonna go down. Okay, it is paying
Yeah.
off. So Llama has said the right thing, guys, and we can already see that it is paying off. But this is what I'm scared of. I mean, I know you can shut down the Medusa in the lane.
Mm-hmm.
A safe laner like Medusa does not depend a lot on the laning phase. I mean, of course, if you're dying too much, then it's bad, but it does not depend a lot on the laning phase. I would really want to see if Reapers are losing the lane for this Medusa. I would want to see some kind of stacks coming out and making Toy come back into the game. And Toy has always been a great farmer in the game, isn't it, Love? Plays
Yeah,
heroes
but
like
again,
that, like he would
yeah.
pick up heroes like TA and Medusa and all these farming heroes all the time.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. But again, what I've noticed coming out from these offlane anti-mages are just the potential they have to gank, especially going to the jungle. And again, Enru and Tsukimoto going on to Toy, all that mana
Oh
being
my
burnt. Now
God.
he's slowed down as well, and he's dead. Yeah.
3 minutes into the game, and there is a kill. Meanwhile, Maid has also secured a kill on
Oh,
Valky. I think Valky denied himself, if I'm not. Yeah, I think he denied
Yeah.
himself. Just went a little too deep there. Unfortunately, we did not have the camera up there, but yeah, I think he denied himself. Can we have a look onto the top lane? I mean, I know there's not much happening, but Fortune Soul is definitely getting some movement speed there with that thirst.
yeah. But
Mid
when
lane,
it comes
okay.
down to this mid lane, I think Madmaid, even though he was not able to dominate there, he's doing pretty well in the top lane. However, hated falling really low, and a right click will secure the kill for RDP, and Fortune Soul will be left alone in this lane. But Hong Hong having that low health will give him a sweet boost in attack speed and movement speed as well. Whereas Gondre in the bot lane falling really low and super slow. with this mana burn and tag team coming out from Sukimoto, and the
Okay.
blink will be able to secure them the kill. And what you were telling about Medusa's farming capacity in the jungle, the thing that worries me is anti-mage's capacity to counter that, because anti-mage is a hero that's really really mobile. He can blink around the entire map in seconds, and he will
Yep.
find this Medusa who's farming in the jungle, and he will mana burn her.
Yeah.
So that is the main thing I'm worried about. Even though Toy does not depend a lot on the laning stage, even if he decides to go to the jungle and farm, anti-mage is going to be on your ass with this Tusk who has a tag team and rolling on you. What are you going to do then? That is the big problem I have, and that's why usually I think teams ban out this anti-mage whenever they look for a Medusa pick, and
So
leaving
yeah.
him as an option, it's going to be a big problem.
Yeah, I mean, this is what I think. Like, Team Reapers, they were not expecting a pickup of AM, because they saw, okay, they have showed their on safe lane, which is Bloodseeker. Okay, there's gonna be no more anti-mage pickup, because I mean, anti-mage requires a decent amount of farm to be able to active in this game. But I mean, the way these guys are playing, they have been playing pretty actively on that off lane, and they were able to counter a couple of times.
So when it comes to an offlane anti-mage, he does not really depend on farm. Okay, he depends
Yep.
on ganking with his team, getting that mana burn as much as possible, slowing enemies, not letting them use their abilities, and killing them. So when it comes to an offlane anti-mage, it's not really farm dependent as you think it is, because he has so much capacity other than this battle fury build that anti-mages usually go for. It's not really seen in safe lane anti-mages just because it's not as easy to do. We see Batrider going on to the Mars, who misses the spear, and I think that will be a dead Mars. Batrider securing a solo kill onto the Mars. As I said, it's going to be easier for the Batrider to get kills onto the Mars, and Mars's only duty is going to be surviving and trying to gank other lanes, getting kills in the other lanes, securing farm for his course is going to be his main priority. And yeah, I think anti-mage is going to be really problematic when it comes to the side of Reaper. Hashtag.Reaper falling really, really low to tag team, and the mana burn. A blink might be able to secure the kill here, and it definitely will.
Yep, and there's gonna be another. Oh, the snowball will be able to save himself, and I think this is gonna be the next turn of Mr. Mars. And Rue is not afraid to dive in. Does have a Vanguard pick up it. Toy is TP'd back in the lane. And we can see Batrider has been super free. Well, I mean, I believe the bottom lane has been pretty harsh on Toy. And the mid lane has been harsh on Maid. I would really want to see what's happening on the top lane. I think the top lane is going decent, if not too bad. I mean, but what more can you expect out of it? Meanwhile, on the bottom lane, there's gonna be another catch, and this time it's gonna be Gone Dry. He's gonna go down, and Toy. Oh, he gets a little too close. I think Toy might end up going down as well, because the Vanguard is just gonna work, and Reaper Toy is slowly burning down. Right clicks, are they gonna be enough? I think it's gonna be enough. Oh, one more click. Yep.
Yeah.
And
he
Andrew will
blinks
be
out.
able to escape away. Oh, and the save again. Okay, I mean, he's not gonna die anyway. You have the Vanguard, but good save.
Yeah, and again, guys, if you watch esports regularly, please go ahead, download the Fanclash app. You will be able to secure a lot of money just by knowing how these teams play and what do you think the teams are going to do in esports. So go ahead, it's available on the App Store for Apple users, and if you go to fanclash.in, you will be able to get it on your Android as well. So yeah, when it comes down to these lanes, I don't think Medusa will be able to catch up, and Neon Esports will probably be looking to end the game as soon as possible, because I think right now is when they're the strongest, when Medusa has no farm at all. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, however,
it's gonna be the same, but the arrow's gonna connect onto the Batrider. Medusa joining into the team fight. I think Medusa does need some kind of kills. Oh, okay, the pushback. Maid is gonna go down, but Maid will also be able to secure that kill. And here comes the anti-mage that we have been waiting for. No mana.
Oh no.
Okay, that goes back in, and now that should be Hong Kong. Looking out for an escape. Will be able to leap away from there. But the mid lane, well, it has been quite interesting. Sukimoto being stuck. Okay, there's gonna be the save, the snowball save, and what?
Wow.
My God, Sukimoto.
He saved himself.
He definitely did.
Oh man.
Bought a lot of time for Andrew to be able to hit, just come in and hit. And
Yeah.
yep, he was able to escape Tsukimoto. Very well played there. Four-man
Yeah,
smoke. Oh
no,
no, Medusa again.
not again. He knows something's
It's
up. He is backing off, but they will be able to catch him here if they get a scan on. They know he's not gone really down, but I think the smoke breaks and they'll know he's in there and they go right on his face.
yep, again
Oh
level 5
man.
Medusa. Mana is burned, the right clicks are up, and he's gonna go down.
Oh
Tsukimoto
no.
dominating right now. 10
Okay.
minutes into this game. And
Yeah.
Andrew is looking super fierce right now.
Yeah, I told you, man. Like, whenever you want to pick a Medusa, just ban the anti-mage. Don't even have that problem in your game. Like, if you let an anti-mage pass through, he's gonna cause problems to the Medusa, and there's probably no way that Medusa is gonna survive this laning stage against an anti-mage. So, in the top lane, Brood Mother gets gone on by Valky, and the Rupture coming in will secure the kill. Definitely, I think there is a little bit of
Real
an
overcommit.
overcommitment. Maybe like 3 ults
Yeah.
was a little too much, but still they do secure the kill. And in these early laning stages, it doesn't really matter if they use all their ults because it doesn't affect
And mid
the
lane.
outcome a lot.
Oh my god, the chase is still on. They will be able to punch up Maid, but Toy coming in from behind, pushing Tsukimoto away. Okay, that is actually not a little. That's quite rough on Team Reaper hashtags. I mean, they have to look up. Oh no, Maid is gonna miss out onto that spear on that mid lane. Arena of Blood being used. Valky is looking out for an escape, and I believe he will be able to escape. Oh, I think
Okay.
Maid is definitely having a rough time trying to hit on
Yeah,
those
and
spears.
looking at
6k
all
goal
these
lead
problems,
yeah, 6k goal lead in just 11 minutes in.
yeah,
That's a big one.
all these problems coming on towards the side of Reaper hashtag. The Medusa does not really know what to do because if she goes into the jungle and tries to get farm, her towers are gonna get pushed down. Not just that, they even can jump on her in the jungle. And now that anti-mage knows that she's not gonna be anywhere near the bottom area of the map, they definitely know that she's gonna be in the top jungle near the ancient. She'll be stacking and farming it, but again, I don't think she'll be able to catch up on the farm that she has lost because again, Medusa is a hero that is really fast in farming, but again, she needs the farm to get more farm. So it's going to be quite hard for her to catch up. However,
Oh
there
yeah.
is a battle going on in the mid.
Yep, there's gonna be a hook being landed right in time, but Valky will be able to
The
counter
Rupture.
it. And now there comes the Rupture onto the
Brood Mother.
Broodmother. And Broodmother is also gonna go
Yeah.
down. Well, the Rupture into, the Flaming Lasso combo, it's quite big. And they will be able
Oh,
to
no.
catch the Medusa once again! Oh my god,
they don't
the
have vision
dominance
here?
coming out. Yep, no
Oh,
sentries.
no vision. No vision for more
Now
kills, but again,
Medusa is gonna go back down to the base once again.
man.
That's rough.
Again, guys, it's 2 wins for the side of Neon right now, and not towards the side of Reaper hashtag. In the mid lane again, however, the Mars Arena gets popped.
And look at Andrew, he's just not scared of right-clicking him down. There's like nothing happening to him. He has to blink out. Oh, he gets caught.
He
In
gets
contra, I
caught
will be
finally.
able to survive. Yeah, and this is a big kill. That's
Yeah.
about 780 gold being secured by Maid. Very well played there.
Definitely.
This was definitely a big kill. I mean, it was much required. I think Medusa will now have some breathing spaces in it.
Yeah. And I think, again, if we look barely down to the time, 13 minutes, 6k network advantage, and you saw how hard it was to kill the anti-mage. This is what I was telling about the anti-mage on the off lane, nothing to be underestimated about. He's going to be super scary, and RDP hiding in the trees might get caught here by Tsukimoto, and he does see him. Will they be able to catch him, though? That's a different question. And they will.
There is going to be the perfect initiation. Frostbite into Crystal Nova with a couple of hits from the Valky alongside Freezing Field. Not too harsh on the Broodmother, but I think only Medusa is struggling right now. Struggling. Yeah, Medusa is struggling a little too much there.
Andrew just playing around with Gondry with that invisibility rune blocking him. And I think
Yeah.
Valky finds a
Again.
stack over there of ancients. Finally, Andrew.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
Andrew
There's
gets
gonna be the
hooked.
hook. And the blink is still on cooldown. Will they be able to take him? The blink comes back. Okay, there's gonna be Mystic Snake stealing some mana out there. Meanwhile, hated is gonna be the most hated one. Once again, he's gonna
Yeah.
go back down to the base. 7k gold lead in just 15 minutes in. That's a big lead.
Now, if they're able to catch Andrew right here, secure a kill onto him, I think it'll be good for Reaper hashtag. But again, man, he's so tanky at this point. It's not even going to be easy. Even with Medusa here, with her siren, I mean, with her ultimate, I don't think they'll be able to get the anti-mage down as fast as possible. And on the other hand, the anti-mage can get rid of Toy pretty easily as he has the mana void active right now. He already has the Crimson Guard, so all the right clicks are going to be basically scratching him at this point. It's just 15 minutes in the game, so it's a super early item. And it's going to be hard for a Reaper hashtag from here on. We'll have to wait and see what
Well,
happens. But
top
again, when
lane.
it comes down...
Yeah, there's gonna be a catch into the freezing field. There you go. And the root is also going to be there. They will be able to catch one, and this is going to be the second one. Bad Rider catches Maid. Maid is also going to go down. And next is the turn of Hong Kong. It is going to be a triple kill.
Okay, that's a triple kill.
Hated. This is going to be a big one for Hated. Meanwhile, Andrew trying to find someone if he can. They're pinging on Medusa.
No, he's going to
again.
be chasing the Medusa. Yeah, that's all he's going to do. He's going to be chasing the Medusa as soon as he gets any sight of her. He's going to be on her as trying to get her down as soon as possible. Now in mid lane, she does show herself. Okay.
Yeah, Hades is going to go down meanwhile on the mid lane. Okay, there's going to be the ulti coming in from Toy. And, yeah, Anti-Mage is going to get stoned for a while.
Yeah, so does Valky.
But, yeah, I think, I mean, from here, it's quite hard to come back. I think they just got outdrafted at this point. And okay, there's a Crimson Guard pickup from Anti-Mage. Okay.
That was a long time ago. He's at it for a while now.
Yeah, this is.
On the Toy again.
Yeah. Okay, the arrow connected. Okay, the timing was on spot, but Tsukimoto comes in from behind. Will be able to get one. And okay, there's a good catch of double spear because of the shard. And a couple more right clicks. Will Andrew be able to secure more kills? No. But the dominance that we can see from Team Neon is insane. You know, AM opening up the map. Meanwhile, Fortune Soul looking out for that farm, has a BKB, has a Maelstrom just 17 minutes in. 183 last hits. And here comes the arena. They'll be able to catch onto two. Andrew, okay. Yeah, they will be able to save him. Oh, he catches Fortune Soul there, but Gondry looking out for that Sun will be able to get him. Meanwhile, Lars is also going to go down. The next turn is going to be Medusa. Medusa is also going to go down. 100% dominated game in less than 20 minutes from Team Neon Esports. How in the world are you supposed to counter these guys now?
Yeah, I mean, I think this is just comes down to the drafting stage. They were completely outdrafted. I mean, when you're picking heroes like Broodmother and Medusa, I think it's pretty ideal for you to ban heroes like the Bloodseeker, who are able to keep the Broodmother in check and the Medusa in check. And the Anti-Mage just gets rid of the entire mana pool that the Medusa has. It doesn't even matter. So I think when it came down to just barely drafting in this game, and Neon Esports definitely outdrafted Reaper hashtag. Now it all comes down to if Reaper hashtag are able to find something here, some fights, some team fights, get themselves a bit ahead and try to win against Neon Esports. But it's really hard when it's 12k net worth lead at 18 minutes into the game and already your tier 2s are being pushed down. It's going to be quite hard for them, but we'll have to wait and watch, see what happens if they try to make a comeback even here.
Perfect hook being landed on one, and they will be able to get him. Meanwhile, RDP looking out for an escape, and Andrew jumps in once again. But Medusa is not super focused on Andrew. Andrew right-clicking down the Mars. Mars is also burning out. Okay, there's going to be the disarm comes in, and Toy is going to go down once again. Hong. I believe he will be able to escape. Okay. And next is going to be RDP. Let's see if they will be able to find the RDP or not. Goes into the trees. The RDP getting super slowed down. Okay. Okay. He's going to go down as well.
Yeah.
Yet again, Team
Oh no.
Neon dominating this game. And what?
And they call GG.
That tapped out?
No.
19 minutes in? Oh
No.
my god, they have tapped out. Team Neon Esports are your winners, guys. Congratulations to Team Neon Esports on winning AMD Skyesports Championship 4.0. And they have
Oh
made
my
the enemy
god.
tap out in 19 minutes in? Not even
Yeah.
20 minutes. It's not even 20 minutes in the game. Oh my god.
I am
Oh
actually
my god.
speechless. I really don't know what to say.
This is amazing, guys. We have our winners. This is gonna be Team Neon Esports for the game of Dota 2. We have our champions. Congratulations to Team Neon on winning Sky Esports Championship 4.0. Wow.
Okay.
What an insane game. And also, let's not forget, congratulations to Team Hashtag. To
Yeah.
Hashtag.Reaper for being runners-up in this game. These guys have done immensely well, and I have
Yeah.
absolutely loved every single bit of casting these games. It is so good. Like, even Hashtag.Reapers, even Neon Esports, Team Vips. I think you named the teams, man. All the teams that joined this Championship 4.0, they have been doing so well all across the game. I
Yeah.
enjoyed casting these games. Would you want to give out some highlights from the last game, Lama? What do you feel about the last game? I mean, you said I know there's not much to talk about the last game because it just ended in 19 minutes. And I
Yeah.
know you mentioned that these guys just lost in the drafting phase. Um, do you know is there anything that you think they could have done to be able to hold the game a little more?
I mean, if you look at them calling GG, I think it's like I'm not as good of a player as they are. Okay, they know the game much better than I do, and definitely a good call to call GG there. But again, I think they should have tried at least fighting it off as much as possible, just because it's a finals game. But again,
Mm,
Neon Esports were dominating them so hard. I think the anti mage was just able to shut down that Medusa coming out from Toy. At 90 minutes in the game, all she has is a Yasha and a boots. Like that's not enough farm for any Medusa into the game to even try and hold against an anti-mage who already has a Crimson Guard and a Yasha ready jumping at you, not taking any damage from you. So yeah, I think Neon Esports just played this perfectly. And as I said before, Reaper hashtag lost this game in the drafting phase, and losing a game in 19 minutes, it just shows how strong of a team Neon Esports are. And look at all the damage coming out from the side of Reaper hashtag. I mean, from the side of
yep.
Neon Esports, like the Bat Rider and the Anti Mage doing so much damage. I don't think hashtag Reaper could have done anything in this game, but yeah, they did try their best in all the three. We've seen a series coming out before where Reaper hashtag won against Neon Esports and send them to the lower bracket, but this time Neon Esports didn't want any of that. They didn't want to even give Reaper hashtag a single game, just dominated them in that final game, securing themselves the Sky Esports Championship 4.0. And I think beautifully played from Neon Esports. It was like an amazing show of skill, and I think drafting coming out from them. Again, they have a coach like Chuan, definitely, proves the point that Neon Esports is a really, really solid team and a solid contender in the SEA Dota field.
Yeah, I mean, definitely. They played against the best Indian teams as well, and what we got to see from the last game. I mean, the net worths, it just has been on the top. And Team Neon, they have just dominated. They've played against a couple of teams, and Team Neon Esports, these guys are a big name. These guys are a big name in the world. They have played against one of the best teams, and I believe they're not too far away from hitting that Division 2, and I know to all the Filipino viewers how much it means, for Neon to win a huge championship like this one. So I mean, it is a big deal for, yeah, for all the Filipino viewers who have been watching. But I would also want to mention for hashtag Reapers, there's no loss. Either you win or you learn. So I think
Yeah,
I think it is just going to be a lesson for them to be able to work harder, stay together, and I mean, I think there's every team in the world who has seen a downfall. So
yeah,
I think Team Hashtag Reaper, they played so well. They came up onto the last minute mark. Last game they did not give up. I mean, this game was a little too harsh. I mean, you're already down 2 games, and then something like this comes up to you, then it does get a little hard on your nerves.
yeah,
So yeah, I mean, I would not say that they just because they denied and they just gave up on the game, they called GG early on. There's nothing wrong in calling GG early on, but I would really want to see hashtag Reapers one day alongside Team Neon Esports hitting some teams ancient and winning the TI. So I think all these players, they have the potential, just have to work a little harder. So I mean, hashtag Reapers, I think these guys have got eyes. Like a lot of people
yeah,
have watched these guys play. So I mean, very, very well played by hashtag Reapers as well as Neon Esports. But well, I mean, by the end of it, it's the best one who takes the win, and at the Neon Esports have just been the better one, all across
mhm,
all across the tournament. A bunch of highlights that we got to see, from Whoops as well, and how these guys were able to fight. And this game has just been amazing. And with this, let's go on to the MVP, and it's going to be Andrew yet again on that
yeah,
anti-mage. Oh my god, Crimson Guard, Andrew, Crimson Guard, and Ayasha. Let me tell you, Andrew, people who are watching this game, people who have watched Sky Esports Championship 4.0, the last game, Andrew, just because of you, a lot of people are going to lose MMR. Trust me. They're going to pick that anti-mage on that off lane, and they're going to
yeah,
lose a lot of MMR. But trust me, my friend, this is insane. The way he played, the brains
yeah,
that have come into work, and Lama already knew it, and today I got to know it. That I mean, it has just been proven again and again and again that anything is possible in Dota. If you guys have seen that video of No
yeah,
Tail saying, anything is possible. Hey,
yeah.
this is Dota, man. Anything is possible. Very well played by Andrew. Do you want to give any insights on buying that Crimson Guard, Lama?
Yeah, as I said, like even during the drafting phase, I said that the anti-mage will go for that vanguard as soon as possible because he has that innate ability of magic resistance as his passive. So as he'll
Yeah,
just level that up for magic resistance, so he does not necessarily need to buy any magic resistance for himself. So that obviously gives him an immediate advantage in the early game, and having that
right.
early Crimson Guard, it negates the physical damage coming in towards him. What is he going to do? What are the opponents going to do then? You can't do physical damage to an anti-mage, you can't do magic damage to an anti-mage. What are you going to do? So and
Yep.
Enru clearly took advantage of that entire situation, just running down the Medusa, diving the T1s, does not care about how much of a damage he takes from the tower, because it's not really a lot when you have a vanguard, when you have a Crimson Guard. The tower hits are, especially T1 tower hits, are going to be like scratching your back. So Andrew knew that totally.
Yep.
And it's pretty simple, whenever you're going to pick a Medusa, just ban the anti-mage, just so that you do not have to deal with an anti-mage running at you with a vanguard. Okay, like just ban him out. It's much much better. Yeah,
Well, guys, so we have our winner that I'm gonna call upon. So it's gonna be Andrew who's gonna come up Andrew,
Hello
welcome
guys.
and
Thanks for having me.
congratulations on winning the Sky Esports Championship 4.0. Don't worry, I'm not gonna ask you a lot of questions. It's just gonna be a short
Ah,
interview. So, Lama, do you want to start off, or should I go ahead and ask
Yeah,
something
and
to
I'll do
Andrew?
it. I'll do
Okay,
it.
okay,
Andrew,
please go ahead.
amazingly played. I loved how you played the anti-mage. Beautiful play. I think you shut down that Medusa really, really well. And I'd like to ask you, what were you thinking when you picked the anti-mage as soon as you saw that Medusa? Did you love that pick? Did you hate it? What did you feel during that phase?
Actually, we already prepared for the Medusa pick of
Well,
the
we do
I
not
enemy.
have
think we're
the
not getting any
audio
audio.
from Andrew.
One second.
Yeah.
Actually, we already prepared for the
Uh,
Medusa.
All right, guys. I think
Oh,
we for some reason we are not getting any audio from Andrew.
oh.
So okay,
yeah.
okay,
There
Andrew's
it
back.
is.
Yeah, okay, you're back.
Yeah.
Hello, hello.
All right.
Yes.
Hello. You
We
guys
can
hear
hear
me?
you.
Yeah, of course. Yeah,
Yes.
Hello,
let's go.
guys.
Hello.
Actually, we already prepared for the Medusa pick. That's why we picked AM. We predicted it.
Yeah. Good. And we loved how you played it. Really, really well played by you. And I think Odog has a few more questions for you as well.
Yeah, I mean, okay, Andrew. So I am a big fan of the Filipino Dota. Okay, even though
Thank you.
even though I come from India, all my friends are majorly Filipino. So I have a lot of questions, but I'm gonna ask you only a few. Okay. So I know a little bit of a backstory from hello. I know a little bit of a backstory of Team Neon. So there was a time when Chuan moves to the active player and then he moved back to the coach, right? And
Yeah,
when you left and you joined back, you know.
yeah.
So what like what how does Chuan thought or whoever has when the roster comes down, how you were the best choice for Team Neon Esports? Like did you guys have an idea about it or was it planned? Like can you get us through that phase of getting inactive and then coming back into the team?
Actually, I got sick.
Okay.
That's why I temporarily leave the team.
Hmm.
Okay.
And the one Chuan plays, there's no other players. That's
Hmm.
why he played
Yep.
Hmm.
that time.
Yeah.
Yep. And I mean, the guy has just been legendary all
Yeah,
across. I mean, who
and he's
doesn't
still good.
love? Oh yeah, absolutely, man. I mean, who doesn't
Yeah.
who doesn't love watching Chuan play? Okay, I'm gonna ask you one last question, Andrew. Um, I've been following you guys on the DPC season as well. So you guys are not too far away from Division Two, if I'm not wrong. Yeah.
Actually,
Um.
we lost
Yeah. Yeah. I
Oh.
was
today.
watching your game today. Yeah. But if you ever reach to that Division Two scenario of Dota 2, which I know a lot of Filipinos are expecting you guys to make it, and I know you guys have the potential. So, do you think when somebody or a team, reaches that point of Division 2, do you think there's a change in approach when you fight the Division 2 teams? Because I know it gets a level higher from where you are right now. So, do you think there's any change in the team approach or in the game scenario?
Actually, if you guys are, if your team is stable, you can actually go in Division 1 or Division 2. But our team is still not stable. That's why we lost today.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the losses and the wins are
Yeah,
not of a big time. I think you will be able to make it. Congratulations on winning today. I
yeah.
mean, I
Thank you.
am a fan of you guys. I am grateful that I got to cast your games, and I believe a lot of people in the world who are watching, this Sky Esports Championship has been good. Lama, would you want to ask about the championship to Andrew? For the wonderful
Yeah.
feedback that we can get. Yep.
Definitely don't want to hold you back any longer. This is the last question. And it's about this tournament, the AMD Skyesports Championship. What do you think about it? And what are your thoughts on this tournament? And how did you enjoy it?
I I, I actually enjoyed this tournament Yeah, I'm very very thankful to you guys and
Yeah.
in this tournament. Yeah.
No, we are the ones who are thankful that you played in the tournament, and it was amazing to watch the gameplays coming out from you and your teammates. So we'll not hold you back
Yep.
any longer. Thank you for playing it, and congratulations on the win. Hope you guys go have a really good party tonight, and don't forget us. You know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
thank you guys for having me.
Yeah. Yeah. Salamat,
Yeah.
Andrew. Salamat.
Sal-
Well, guys, that was Andrew from Team Neon Esports. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed that interview. So we will be having our next interview with Team Reaper hashtags who
Yeah.
have been the runners up in this one particular championship. They have played pretty decently, and if we are ready, then we can have a member of Team hashtag Reapers for the interview. But I mean, before we get there, I think Lama Team Neon is quite happy about it. They definitely
Yeah.
enjoyed playing this particular championship, and I am glad, man. We were able to actually cast such a big tournament where we got to see some Division 2 teams.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm just grateful for Sky Esports, AMD, Logitech, as well as Fanclash, and the whole team of Sky Esports. It has just been an amazing journey, isn't it?
Yeah, and I think not just this, but like the previous tournaments as well, it has given me an opportunity to be a caster. And I think at this point, me and you have casted quite a bit of games together and have gotten into a really good rhythm as well. And I really love to, do this again and again. And Sky Esports, I think, have enabled Dota 2 to shine in India. Like they are getting these tournaments down, they're getting like such huge prize pools as well, not really what we regularly see in the Indian Dota 2 scene. So I think it's an amazing tournament, gives a lot of opportunity to a lot of people, and a really, really amazing host. And I think it was a one of the best tournaments that we have seen in SEA. So shout out to Sky Esports, and I hope they keep doing this. And yeah, it was overall an amazing championship, and definitely congrats to Neon Esports for their amazing display of dominance in this entire tournament.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was well deserved, and also I would also want to thank out all the Indian teams, Team Ragnarok, Team Voops. I mean, these are some big names. I think Team Voops have they went to the Commonwealth Games and they secured a bronze
Yeah.
medal for a country. I mean, these big names, coming down to Sky Esports Championship. I mean, I'm so glad to be a part of this championship. And before I mean, there's still some time for Team Reaper to come in. But before that, if you guys haven't followed Sky Esports yet, please go ahead and do that. To all the international viewers, Sky Esports have been very consistent for a past couple of years in terms of tournament. I think after COVID, I I mean, if a TI can get delayed, then what not? I mean, it's the
Yeah.
biggest tournament in the world for Dota. So Sky Esports have actually made this thing possible that they have pulled back the soul of gaming back again, and everything turning up online, and we are creating online tournaments. And I think that is one of the major things that comes to my mind as a gamer. I have been into sports, and we all have been, to different schools and colleges, and we have been playing sports. But esports, I mean, you just get united,
Yeah.
either by flaming someone else, or you just get united because you
Yeah.
find great friends all across online tournaments and in these online games. So I'm really thankful for to Sky Esports, to bringing in this kind of energy that I think a country like India lacked. And I hope one day this is one of my dreams that I'm sharing with the audience who are watching. I really want one day TI to happen in India, and we, as audience or viewers. I mean, I know I won't be able to make it as a player anymore, but in any way, I would really want to watch that TI. I still remember the ESL Mumbai happening, and then now championship like these. So yeah, super grateful to Sky Esports. If you guys haven't followed us yet, please go ahead and give me a follow on my Instagram. It's odogpog on Instagram. Even on Twitch, it's odogpog. Even on YouTube, it's odogpog. So feel free to follow me on any platform that you want. As for Llama, I'll just let him. Yeah, you can handle yours.
Yeah, you can follow me on my Instagram. It's Lama, as it's there on the tag, and even on my Twitch, it's Indian Llama. I don't stream that often now. I'm a lazy pig, so you can go ahead and follow me there for one day when I actually do stream. But then again, an amazing tournament that we were able to cast and we were able to watch. Thank you again for conducting AMD Sky Esports Championship 4.0 with Logitech as our gaming partner and Fanclash as our official fantasy partner. And again, once more, thanking you all for being here. Thank you for coming on this journey through this tournament. And we'll see you again when there is a next one. It's me, Lama, and Odog Pog signing off.